Connection stabilized. Bit rate is currently at an acceptable level for 720 progressive resolution. JumpNet nodes 1 through 11 are operating within acceptable parameters. Transceiver temperatures are nominal. We are go across the board for data transmission. Greetings, wingmates, and welcome to the convoy. I hope that you are well in whatever temporal situation you may find yourself in. Oh my goodness, already this early on in our jump to the system, and there are raiders? My goodness. The thief. Thief. Thief with his cruiser inbound on a intercept vector. ETA 30 seconds. Wingmates, prepare the weapons. I know we just completed our jump and our heat sinks are overloaded. Start venting them. We require some... we require the ability to fire. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the convoy. Ringo, Ned Kelly did nothing wrong. Attenborough, Juanita Tula, and Fief, welcome. It is great to see you here. How is everyone? Yes, Far Sun's Coalition, the Navy, has not exactly been keeping up to snuff with its anti-piracy operations. That is most concerning to me. Pig D20, welcome to the convoy. So, Fief, how are you? What were you streaming previously? I've been a little bit out of touch with what has currently been going on in my IFF transponder list. And to any raiders who are unfamiliar with me, I am Spacer Haywire, an independent starship operator who is in charge of the courier vessel, more appropriately a torch ship, known as the Wishful Thinking. Soul Calibur 6 training, very nice. Now, Fief, what is your favorite character in Soul Calibur? I am very fond of Voldo. Oh, I see, going 0-2 on a tournament. Is this the same... Is this a tournament that, who is this tournament with? I'm not actually sure. There's a couple of fighting game tournaments that appear to be happening, or a couple of fighting game events. So I've kind of lost track of some of them. And Kimmy Spice, welcome to the convoy. Good to see you here with the Shimada Hi. Oh, hello, Shimada. Welcome to the convoy. Not too much is up, other than that is the relative frame of reference for my particular acceleration. At least that is what I choose to consider it. Up is away from the floor of my vessel, at least when my centrifugal habitats are latched together as opposed to separated and spinning. But yes, that is what is up. Oh my goodness. But I suppose I shall finish my introduction. I am a courier within the Far Sun's Coalition, and I ship expensive and valuable and, of course, high-priority goods that are low in mass and possible to transport on a vessel where the majority of the mass of it is the reaction drive and the propellant. But of course, that is how I make my money. I charge the appropriate value for my services. And with this money, I am able to expend credits on transmitting data across the 900 or so light years to the JumpNet node on Terra, which at present I have 11 connections away from my present node. And it is something I enjoy doing, streaming and learning and enjoying this historical Terran pastime. In my downtime, since as a courier it is quite boring most of the time that I spend in my tank, as the autopilot and other controls do not require my immediate attention at all times. So that is why I'm here, showing off some of my favorite games. Not a space scalper, respect. Wonderful. I'm glad you think of me that way. Soul Calibur 6 hosted by Serena Penguina. Tiger and I will be in it along with some others. Oh, fantastic. Tomorrow will be Friday. Looks like I will have to attend that Do you know what time it is in the Pacific Daylight time zone, perhaps, Fief? Speaking of which, there's a funny VTuber timeline chart thingy lately. Oh, interesting. What do you mean by that, Ringo? Let's see. Call me when it's KO at King of Fighters 2002. 12 nodes, Sugoi. Well, we're currently at 11, and welcome to the convoy, Melchior. Good to see you here. Scalper Bidwire. The career hustle has its upsides. Yes. Well, I do pay quite a few fees and taxes. It's of course, it's got many advantages of its own. I do enjoy the freedom that I have as a courier. I believe it's 5. Let's take a look at this cat box link. I see. That is very interesting. I like this chart. I think I will have to commentate on it later. Thank you, Ringo. That is very interesting. Oh, since you have linked a Catbox thing, allow me to link something also for my wingmates in Catbox. 1 second, please, if you will. I require 1 moment to acquire the data. Copy link. There we go. Fantastic. Let's see here. Shimada, thank you. 5 Pacific Daylight Time. Excellent. 8 p.m. EST. So yes, indeed. Thank you. And Lapis Lazuli, welcome to the convoy. And here is the link. Oh, no. That is a Twitter weirdness link. What? I do not like how that manipulates it. I'm just gonna directly find it. Ugh. It's supposed to be a Catbox link. Please don't click that. That may have some issues with it. Ugh, Twitter. There we go. It's a zip file containing the Worms Armageddon sound banks and other assets that Koopa and I used on our collaboration this past Terran Tuesday. Let's see. Spacer, do people still bid on failed deliveries sitting inventories in your business? That depends, Ringo. Different contracts have different stipulations on what happens if a delivery is failed or if the customer cannot accept it. Military contracts typically have me atomize the cargo if, for whatever reason, a delivery has failed. Although I fail with deliveries very rarely, and usually it is due to aforementioned acts of God, such as piracy or engine failure or things like that. But very rarely does that happen with me. But it really does depend. Sometimes it does go into standby, sometimes I attempt a redelivery under a secondary contract. Sometimes it will take a slow boat, since after a certain point, it is a valueless cargo if it was once priority. But yes, the VTuber Unified Timeline, yes, I enjoy it very much. I would not steal a cargo shipment, Melchior. That is a very bad idea. I have a reputation to keep up. And Megbert, welcome to the convoy. Good to see you here. Let's see here. So liquidation on inventory via customer bidding doesn't happen. I have done that precisely, I believe, 2 times. And that is essentially, as the contract stipulated, if delivery was impossible, it would be given to the Courier Assistance Network, which would then, of course, deal with it as it sees fit. I do have essentially what you would consider a union contract with the Courier Assistance Network, where we mutually, I suppose, agree on certain best practices and also establish certain zones of operation, so that we can reduce the amount of bad blood, as before the CAN was established, we have had incidents of, let's just say, less than friendly fire amongst couriers. It is very tragic when that happens, and there are some couriers outside of that who have been essentially deemed pirates due to their protocols of encountering other couriers being rather unfriendly and unscrupulous. But yes, that is definitely a concern that you must have. Both customer liquidation and other couriers thinking that, I have too much competition now. But yes, I hope that you are all well, wingmates. And today, I shall get to the meat of it. We are going to be playing our first session of Freespace 2. I almost said 1, my goodness, I've been so used to that game. But this particular simulation is a sequel to the 1998 hit, A Descent Freespace 1, The Great War. Or I suppose it did not have the 1 previously. Let's see here, Knossos is firing up. There we go. Oh, I have been waiting for this moment, wingmates. Freespace 2 is a fantastic game, and I think that the particular improvements in quality of life and gameplay that occurred during in it will be quite excellent. So, allow me 1 second, please, here. I need to check a profile very quickly. Let's see here. Let's fire that up. Let's see. Okay, good. All of that is turned off. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so that should be acceptable. That should be acceptable. Okay, so in essence, Freespace 2 takes place 32 years after Freespace 1, and a little bit less than that after the events of Freespace, Silent Threat. And in essence, in Freespace 1, what occurred was the GTA, the Galactic Terran Alliance, which is essentially the governmental body of humanity as it spread out beyond its home on Earth to Delta Serpentis and beyond through the subspace network, which is a set of nodes, in a set of nodes that allows for faster than light travel and also communications, of course. And through this, humanity pushed into the stars. However, another sentient species, the Vasudans, was encountered. And these Vasudans, due to a communication error in the early diplomatic engagements, essentially went to war with humanity. And this conflict lasted 14 terrible years. And this conflict was only ended by the arrival of another, even more alien race, known as the Shivans, who swept through both Terran and Vasudan space, silencing systems and annihilating millions and billions of lives. And only through the combined efforts of the Terran and Vasudan alliance was this Terran Vasudan space able to defend against the Shivan threat by destroying their super capital vessel, known as the SD Lucifer. However, this came at a terrible price, with the loss of both Vasuda, the homeworld of the Vasudan parliamentary of the parliamentary Vasudans, and of the destruction of the jump node, of the subspace node, from Delta Serpentis to Terra, where the Lucifer was able to be destroyed because its shielding was disabled during the jump. And now, 32 years later, the Galactic Terran Vasudan Alliance, the story will continue onward. 32 years is enough for a decorated pilot to retire quietly after that silent threat mess. Indeed, Ringo, indeed. There's some interesting lore in regards to that. Or potential lore. Unsung Hero, welcome to the convoy. Great to see you here. Yes, I am perhaps not a space cowboy, as I do not wrangle any sort of astral creature. Although there have been, I suppose, genetic constructs that are capable of void travel. Although that is something that is more historical. The Jovian Wars, which occurred in the late second millennium, almost the third millennium, were definitely a devastating event. And of course, no one likes to remember that. And we do not know if the threat of the Jovians is truly over. But their bioships were destroyed, as last the early Terran alliances do report. And Birdmoz, welcome to the convoy. It is great to see you here. All right, why don't we wingmates move on to the simulation room? Here we go. All right, allow me to engage the simulation. Let's see. Let's get our capture up and running. Let's see here. Let's hope that nothing has issues, as sometimes it does. There we go. And initiating simulation. Waramaru, welcome to the convoy. Great to see you here, and I'm glad to see you. Okay, let's see here. Game capture. I see it's misbehaving. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. That should be all right. Okay. Hopefully you'll be able to see the intro screen, wingmates. There we go. All right. It's a little bit janky, but hopefully this will work. Please let me know if it's too loud. I will turn it down. Welcome to the convoy, Floopy54. Great to see you here. And I will try to keep silent during most cutscenes, wingmates, so please don't feel strange if I am quiet. And there's the intro cinematic. And that was the good old Hercules, one of the heavy assault fighters. Oh, that's right. That is the ruins of the Hades, a super destroyer built by the Galactic Terran Intelligence, which rebelled.
32 years have passed since the Great War. The Shivans vanished half a lifetime ago. And now, we live in the mausoleum of history. We inherit the legacy of ghosts who haunt these ruins. The elders call us the Lost Generation. I remember stories of a glorious civilization, of cities with spires that reached the sun, of a blue planet with vast seas, of people with myths of humanity everlasting, of children who saw in the embers of dying stars the destiny of their race. And they hurled themselves into the void of space with no fear. They say our people have no present, only a past filled with horror. And a future they can only dream of. Now we forge a new alliance to guard the tomb of space.
The GTBA Colossus.
Cold expanse. The salvation of our race.
I can't wait till we get to see the Colossus up close, wingmates. Alright. Let's see, let's go to the campaign room and select Freespace 2 as our campaign. Oh, now that is a main hall right there. E-Ghost, welcome to the convoy. This narrator really needs to lighten up a little bit. Well, when your homeworld is completely cut off from you, and 32 years of attempts to contact it have failed, I suppose things do change a little bit. Alright, so we've selected our campaign. Let's make sure that my dead zone and sensitivity are about where I want them. And I think that is actually acceptable. Let's see. Details, planets, target view rendering on, weapons extras. Let's go with higher texture. Let's see here, HUD config. It is very main. Headless, welcome to the convoy. Great to see you here. I guess he has a reason to be a bit upset. I would think so too, Megbert. I do have a bit of sympathy, I think, for the narrator here. Yes, very good voice. Okay, why don't we begin the campaign then? It seems like we are set up correctly, and I will be quiet during briefings again.
Welcome to Vega, Ensign. I'm Captain Lukakis, squadron leader of the 53rd Hammerheads. You've been assigned to our unit. The Hammerheads are a space superiority squadron. We'll be flying the Myrmidon fighter, developed to replace the old GTF Ulysses. The Myrmidon is a Terran Vasudin design and a versatile ship with high marks for speed, maneuverability, armor, and loadout.
Are the ships as blocky as they were in the intro? I was a bit concerned how bland the Herc's successor looked like. Unfortunately, the Herc 2 is, in my opinion, a downgrade from the original Hercules. I think that some of the capital ships have been improved, but it definitely is a different and slightly sleeker aesthetic. Wow, the Myrmidon is a pointy brick. It is. They have managed to master the art of making bricks pointy. I don't know how I feel about Myrmidons. They're not the best fighters.
The 53rd Hammerheads were formed during the Great War. At the time, we served on board the GTD Bastion, the finest ship in the history of Terran space travel. You may not know this, but the pilots who destroyed the ST Lucifer in 2335 were based on the Bastion, and some were even Hammerheads. With the 53rd, you're part of a long and proud tradition.
Yes, it does look a little bit like a beetle, Komodo. Welcome to the convoy. They look like seafood that goes into the boiling pot, not a fighter you climb into. Yes, it is a little bit crab-like. I've always wondered if a ship spends a lot of time in space, or is it in space, does it need to be aerodynamic? There's not wind in space, right? Correct, E-Ghost. You really do not need any sort of aerodynamic shape in space. Although, keep in mind that sometimes the best shape for volumetric surface area to internal space efficiency is a rounded shape like a sphere, or perhaps a conical shape. So it is not necessarily due to aerodynamics that you would want a curved shape like that. It is also with armor deflection and, I suppose, the way that you would lay it on. So, in a sense, having a brick is not exactly the best thing either, because you are having volumetric issues with your armor. Again, that depends on the ship design, of course. The Bastion redesign looks good. Yes, there is a lot more detail on it. Everything returns to crab. Singularity in the end is one extended crab rave. I certainly do not know if I would wish for that fate, but it is a fate that I would accept. Saucer supremacy. Kimmy Spice, I see you have that particular affinity. I have never particularly understood the way that saucers operate in the classic sense, but I do enjoy the, I suppose, efficiency of their shape. Crab ship. For anyone who's seen Babylon 5, the Shadows are certainly have crab ship vessels. Spacer crab wire. Crabby ship. Yes, the crabby ship where you have a crab rave till the end of linear time. Lobster crab wire. Thought lobsters. No, that was not my Megbert impression. It was simply it felt appropriate to say crabby ship that way. Perhaps it is reminding me of the words Krabby Patty. Alright, let's continue on with the briefing.
When the explosion of the Lucifer collapsed the jump node to the Sol system and severed all contact with Earth, Command transferred the Bastion to the 4th Fleet in Vega. Since then, we've called Vega our home. Now Command has decommissioned the Bastion and reassigned its squadrons to the newer Hecate destroyers. We'll be joining the GTD Aquitaine, flagship of the 3rd Fleet, Capella.
Ah, okay, so we are moving on to a Hecate destroyer, the Aquitaine. Tulpa Megwire. Crustacean Shellwire. Hello, Koopa. Welcome to the convoy. Good to see you here. Gorian Wasanar. Welcome to the convoy. Squidward Tentawire. Alright. This is the Aquitaine right here.
The Aquitaine will be here in 36 hours. In the meantime, it would be advisable to review your training. We have all the simulator modules you'll need for the Myrmidon fighter. These modules will give you a refresher course on such basics as your head-up display, throttle controls, and targeting. If you need to review your training, now would be a good time to do so.
As you can see, the renders are a little more advanced. Special Agent Dale Koopa. What a bulbous bulkhead. Yes, the new destroyers have a very strange shape to them. We'll take a good look at it when we see it. No! The starter fighter is such a cool name. Yes, the Myrmidon. Let's see what the new weapon is.
Because this is your first combat assignment, you'll be authorized to carry the standard armaments. The Subak HL-7, the Tempest Dumbfire, and the Rockeye heat-seeking missile. These weapons are covered in the training modules and in the tech room database. As you gain experience in combat, you will be authorized to use more advanced weaponry. Good luck, pilot, and welcome again to the 53rd.
Yes, the training should be something we could skip. I don't think there's anything all that new that is happening with Freespace 2 relative to Freespace 1's controls and weapon systems. And if I have an issue with that, I'll go back to the training, but I think we can skip it for the most part. Allow me to find the control printout here, though. That is pretty important. Okay, let's see here. Yes, we probably won't be using the Myrmidon for very long, especially because it is not my favorite. Myrmidon, Marmalade Donut. The Myrmidon and the Herc, huh? Hate Rockeye. Ah, Headless. What do you not like about the Rockeye? Not a very good missile in your opinion? Is there a ship named Achilles? I do not remember. I think there's a Ulysses fighter, if I recall correctly. Yes, there's definitely Ulysses, and I think there's... Alright, let's continue onward.
Welcome to Training Simulator Module TSM-103C, Class C qualification.
We could probably skip the training, wingmates. Yeah, the lag pursuit.
This module has been designed.
The lag pursuit of the Rockeye is a bit of an issue. We should get the IRL Rockeye on the Skyhawk in
Welcome to Training
Digital Combat Simulator.
TSM-103B, Class B qualification.
Nope, we're good. We're good, wingmates. We have piloted. We are veterans of the Great War and of the Silent Threat Crisis. The sim voice reminds me of driving class all over again. I am so sorry to set that off, Bird Moz. There we go.
This is Admiral Petrock, commanding officer of the GTD Aquitaine. For those squadrons joining us here in Vega, welcome aboard. With a complement of 150 combat spacecraft, the Aquitaine serves as flagship of the GTVA 3rd Fleet, based in the Capella system. You join an elite crew of 10,000, the finest officers and enlisted personnel serving the Alliance today.
All right. Admiral Petrarch is speaking to us. I'm gonna laugh if you job on this mission. I just might, Dippy, I just might. The missile knows where it is. Yes, the Tempest is a good choice of missile. But yeah, lag pursuit missiles are definitely generally very hard to use. You can only really use them tailing an enemy, or head-on if they don't make a good move. Yes, 10,000 crew. Freespace as a setting tends to engage in significantly large crew sizes. For a vessel of this caliber, I suppose that the Far Suns Coalition Navy would have at most a crew of 150 or so, and a lot of that might be engineering staff, who would be there for combat repairs. And of course, if there are Marines, that is typically not counted for a crew complement in that regard. Ah yes, the missile knows where it is remix. Fantastic, Gorian, thank you. Alright, let's continue onward.
After 18 months of fighting, Admiral Bosch's Neo-Terran front has become the most significant threat to regional security since the Great War ended 32 years ago. The NTF demands the independence of their systems and the revocation of the Beta-Aquila Convention, or BATAC. The BATAC Treaty centralized power of the GTVA as the supreme authority in Terran Vasudan space.
Being a Space Marine sounds dope. E-Ghost. Being a Space Marine is one of the most terrifying jobs you can have, as the weaponry on board is typically... on board power suits is typically very powerful, and the power suit is more to keep the atmosphere inside rather than to guarantee one's safety. Although, of course, it depends on the particular model in question. Also, boarding is a very difficult and risky thing, unless the enemy ship's drives are knocked out completely. So, very risky job that typically is taken over by drones. However, there is usually at least 1 or 2 command officers assigned to any kind of boarding drone party, or any kind of boarding bot party, simply because there are issues with communication that even high technology cannot solve, especially with a heavy shielded vessel. And of course, the habitable sections of vessels are usually very limited, so boarding actions are not exactly something that takes a long time. Typically, you cut through the hull, punch in, and attempt to vent atmo and force a surrender. Although most situations, the enemy crew will surrender without any sort of conditions, as there are rules of engagement that most space civilizations will respect, since it is quite a terrible fate to be met with, to be allowed to drift endlessly in space and die of starvation like that. Violent depressurization does suck, Gorion, but of course, most ships engaging in combat will have all crew wearing spacesuits and will likely also remove all atmosphere from any compartments where I suppose damage is possible, which is all compartments. Bubax, respectfully, welcome to the convoy. It is good to see you here. I'm glad that you are enjoying this, and thank you very much for the compliment. I hope that your time here is well spent. Thank you. So yes, the situation right now is this: 32 years after the Great War, there is a breakaway faction of the GTVA known as the Neo-Terran Front, which wants to be recognized as independent. It is a Terran-centric organization which believes in Terran supremacy. So, we will be engaging in operations as the GTA attempts to stem their rebellion. And if anyone has watched the Silent Threat streams for Freespace, this is very reminiscent of what was happening. Whoa, you retract my statement. Yes, it's a cool job at the abstract, but it is very lethal. Depending on the complement of Marines on whatever craft you're boarding, if they are resisting, that can get very, very attritional. Although, of course, the friendly warship can always fire a railgun as fire support and punch through compartments in an attempt to assist you as you are boarding. Of course, that is very, very dangerous. GTVA love! GTVA love! That is a mouthful.
Integral to NTF ideology is Bosch's vision of Neo-Terra. A utopian society where the lost grandeur of Earth will be restored. Bosch and his followers oppose any alliance with the Vasudans as a threat to the future of the human race. The rebels are entrenched in Polaris, Regulus, and Sirius. But before we hit these strongholds, we must secure Epsilon Pegasi, Alpha Centauri, and Deneb. These contested systems are now the focal point of Allied operations.
Yes, Megbert, I really enjoy the voice acting in Freespace, in the Freespace series myself. Yes, chef's kiss, Komodo, indeed.
Allied Command has ordered the Aquitaine into the Deneb system. There, we will reinforce the 13 Vasudan battle group, led by the GVD Samtic. Both the NTF and the GTVA have sustained heavy casualties in the battle for Deneb. In the past 72 hours, we have lost the GVC Andromeda, the GTC Trafalgar, and over 15 fighter wings. Command anticipates the arrival of the Aquitaine and the Samtic will shift the battle for Deneb in our favor and force the NTF to withdraw to Sirius.
So, to anyone who is not familiar with the designations in Freespace, this is not exactly akin to typical naval sizes, but the destroyer is the largest capital vessel available aside from Colossus-type vessels. Cruisers are actually the smallest available vessel, and in the middle of that is the frigate class. And the GTC Trafalgar would be an example of a cruiser, as the C designates cruiser. Funny, the Trafalgar is Attenborough's ship in the Legend of Galactic Heroes. Yes, it is an excellent name for any kind of vessel. So we are essentially attempting to push back the NTF right now. Let's continue on with our mission briefing.
This is Captain Lukakis, squadron leader of the 53rd Hammerheads.
Yes,
At
Birdboss.
0320 hours, the Aquitaine entered the Deneb system. Admiral Petrarch launched fighter and bomber wings as part of an all-out attack against NTF positions throughout the system. He has kept the Hammerheads on standby until now.
Greetings, Mutant Carrot. Welcome to the convoy. They came to my free space. Good to see you here. Okay, so we are going to be engaging in operations. Let's see here.
A situation is developing near the inhabited planet of Cygnus Prime. We have over 100,000 Vasudan refugees fleeing their colonies in transports. Allied ships are rescuing the Vasudans as quickly as possible, though the logistics of this operation leave many refugees still vulnerable to rebel attack. At 0545, we received a distress signal from a refugee convoy 900 clicks, or kilometers, from the outer orbit of Cygnus Prime. The Vasudans responded with a wing of Serapis fighters, designated Epsilon, which have just called in for reinforcements. Alpha Wing, you're going in.
They succeeded from my government. Yes, no one leaves the GTVA, wingmates. No one leaves. We have, with the Baytak Accords, we have agreed that together we will forge a future with the Vasudans, and we have no room for the ideology of the NTF. Unfortunately, we don't have any colonies to drop, Mutant Carrot, alas. So we are going to be assisting a squad of the students who are currently embroiled in a fight with the NTF rebels.
Because these transports do not have jump drives, you must protect the convoy until a recovery ship arrives. With all warships engaged and other convoys in dire need of protection, we do not know when a craft will become available. Command will keep you updated and send in reinforcements as needed.
Thanks, Command. Another one of these missions where we don't know what is going on. So we need to protect the IOTA transports until we are relieved on duty. Dippy, you could probably find IMDb listings for that, or maybe if there is a video game equivalent of IMDb, you may be able to find the 53rd Hammerhead's Wing Commander narrator. Alright, let's take a look at our selection. We only have 2 fighters available, or 2 fighters in our wing, and we are both going to be running the Ulysses. Speed of 75 meters per second. Oh, excellent. We have 2 and 4 gun mounts, and we have quite a deep set of missile munitions that we can run. So in a sense, the Ulysses is actually a very balanced fighter. No, Mutant. That's what you do when you are the rebels. Yes, Attenborough, that is a good point. Oh yes, so the UI for selecting weapons is a lot better on this particular game, because you can actually see where the gun mounts are. So as you can see, this orange points to the second gun bank. It means that we will be able to actually see how far apart the gun ports are, and the closer they are, the better for targeting. The classic fighters are gone, at least for now, Attenborough. I think we may be able to use the Hercules 1 briefly. Something's funny with the shader here. But this is the Subak HL7, the bread and butter laser that we are going to be using for a big part of this campaign. And also available to us is the Vasudan Akaton SDG laser, which is a slightly different take on the Subak. They're basically the same laser type weapon, but they have different focuses. You don't call and they drop them on the rebels. They can't drop them on you. First strike tactics. Good point, Mutant Carrot. Bread and butter laser. Yes, this is it. Hello, CRS-262. Welcome to the convoy. Yes, we are doing the first mission of Freespace 1. So let me take a look at the Akaton and... Oh my goodness, no. I'm silly. The Akaton, it's the Meku HL7 that we're looking at. The Akaton SDG is a subsystem disruptor gun, which we will not be running. So we're going to be running full HL7 loadout. I had a moment there, wingmates. I apologize. That was incorrect data. Scrub it from your memory banks. Hello, TK. Welcome to the convoy. Good to see you here. So let's see. We will be running the Rockeye and the Tempest, which is an unguided rocket. However, since we are dogfighting, I'm going to load all of my banks with Rockeyes. Let's see here. I think this is good. Let's see. Skill will be on medium. And we're going to commit to the scenario. Karimbo, welcome to the convoy. Good to see you here. And thank you for the scrub, Megbert. I appreciate that you are very good with your memory management. Alright, wingmates, let us commit to our first engagement. Here we go. Oh, yeah, the UI is a little different. And we are getting a little bit of lag
I have a visual
here.
on the convoy, 1,500 meters dead ahead. The escort wing is down 2 fighters.
We are...
Iota Transports, this is Alpha Wing of the 53rd Hammerheads, GTD Aquitaine. We have orders to protect your convoy. What's your status? Over.
Alpha Wing, we have lost 3 transports to the rebel attack.
Uh-oh.
The surviving vessels have sustained moderate damage. We anticipate the rebels will return in rare force.
Oh, the Subak is so good.
Iota. Command will send a recovery craft as soon as possible. All right, Alpha, let's get to work. We must defend these transports until a recovery ship arrives.
Alright, Alpha 2, since you're such a blabbermouth, I do hope that you'll be able to pull your weight.
Sensors picking up incoming hostiles. A wing of Herc's closing in.
Yes, the translator for the students is a lot better now. And the soundtrack has changed very much. Alright, let's get this Subak. There we go. Hook down. Perfect. Iota has 2 remaining. No. 2 transports remaining. More hooks inbound. Amazing space combat doesn't disorient you. Piloting is one thing. Firing Rockeye! Guns, guns, guns! I do not like that the guns are on top. Come on, come on, come on. There we go, there we go. Yeah, I do not like the gun placement for the quadruple mount. Herc firing Rockeye. Got a lock, got a lock. Stay on him, stay on him. Bam! Bogey down. Well, I suppose you end up focusing. I think it's much harder to watch than actually run this simulation. Let's see if we can get a Rockeye. We got a lock on us. Here comes. Ah! Bouncing shields. Got a lock. Ah! Too close, too close. Nope, you're not gonna get a lock on me. Come on, come on. The quadruple HL7s are a great setup. Come on, come on. I love the rate of free fire rate on these, but I absolutely despise the dispersion on them. There we go. Do you have 6 degrees of freedom now? Unfortunately not, just because it's a sequel does not give me more degrees of freedom. However, I would like to play... Uh-oh, they're firing missiles. I would like to play Descent at some point soon. Firing Rockeye. Come on, come on. There we go. Herc down. Next bogey. He's gonna pop soon. There we go. Come on, come on, come on. Oh. Oh. Almost got my ally. But my guns are mounted above my gun line, which is very annoying. I have to aim a little bit lower in order to make the guns hit correctly. And yes, the graphics are fantastic here. Let's see here. Come on! Thank you for the support. More Hercs inbound. They're already firing their missiles. The transports are very slow.
Coordinates to the GBD Samtic. The vessel should be exiting subspace momentarily.
Samtic inbound, wingmates. Samtic inbound. We will have reinforcements soon from the students. Alright, let's get him, let's get him. Where's the nearest hostile? Samtic is jumping in. Rockeye away. Gotcha. Guns, 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 and one more. These rebels stand no chance. There's the Samtic, isn't she beautiful?
Belisarius, a Deimos-class corvette, has run our blockade of the Sirius jump node. We are now tracking the vessel through subspace. We have vectored its course to your immediate vicinity.
Hello, Hato-chan. Channel, welcome to the convoy. Great to see you here. Alright, Samtic is about to show us the power of the new beam weapons that have been developed since the Great War.
Jump signature. It's the Belisarius.
Belisarius is here. A Deimos-class corvette. It's got beams, so we have to be careful. Samtic is opening fire. The expert piloting the spacer is too strong for them. Oh no, magical girl syrup, welcome to the convoy. It is the Samtic that is too strong for them.
You are ordered to power down and surrender. Negative, Basudin. The NTF is the only legitimate authority in this system. Surrender or be destroyed, Belisarius.
Not my authority.
Your posturing insults us both, Basudin. I will not give up my ship. As you wish. Gunnery control.
Here come the beams. Oh! That ripped right through the Belisarius. Good work, Samtic. Good work, Samtic. Monoristi, welcome to the convoy. And yes, Belisarius is a familiar name on its own. Alright, there we go. We can take a tour of the Samtic.
Accomplished, Alpha. Return to base. Well done, pilots.
Yes, on Twitch.com indeed. Welcome, Monoristi. Welcome to the convoy. They were warned indeed. Alright, let's do a tour of the Samtic. Alright. Grand vessel, isn't she? Hey, Sir Spawwire. Hey, Sir Spawwire. Whoops, I thought there was an entrance for a second. Oh, she's got some interesting things on her front. Let's take a look at her. Ah, Bodega Rat! I see that we have a raid. Wingmates, prepare the particle weapons and the autocannons. We must defend. We have rats inbound. Quick, show off the beam weapons, the mission. Yes, indeed. Bodega Rat, how are you? How are you?
Alpha 1, return to base. You must rendezvous for your next sortie.
No, command. I have the Samtic to show off to my wingmates. I must give the grand tour of the house. Rat infestation. And Calico, welcome to the convoy. Bodega Rat, welcome to the convoy. Good to see everyone here. Ah, Bodega Rat, what were you playing before you arrived here? That'd be interesting to know. I'm sorry, I can't shoot rats, Captain. I'm sorry. I understand. A more capable wingmate, please apply firepower to the nearest invader. I'm kidding, of course. But yes, the Samtic is beautifully detailed. All right, let's jump out of system. Here we go. Oh goodness, I'm going to collide? No, I'm not. There we go. There we go.
Good work, pilot. You held off the rebel attack and saved both Basudin transports from destruction. Your
Perfect.
squad mates and I all agree you'll make a fine addition to the 53rd Hammerheads. Command reports that 75% of the refugees have been recovered with few casualties. The remaining 25% are under Allied protection and will be rescued shortly. We've also won major victories against the NTF. The NTD Jacobus and the NTC Hengst have been destroyed, and our blockades of the Alpha Centauri and Sirius jump nodes has isolated the rebel fleet. Furthermore, 600,000 ground troops will soon land on the surface of Cygnus Prime in our effort to retake the planet. Prepare for your next mission, pilot. The battle for Deneb is not over yet.
Apologies for the silence, wingmates. I try to be quiet when the narrators talk. Ah, Bodega Rat, you're heading to bed. Well, thank you very much for the raid, and thank you for joining the convoy for as long as you could. I hope that you rest well, Rat. And yes, Calico, hello to you too. Thank you for being with the convoy. Yes, but this mission was very, very simple. But as you may note, the difficulty curve of Freespace 2 has been adjusted from the experience of both Freespace 1 and the expansion pack. So it should be a lot better. Oh, and I suppose I should say, to the raiders inbound, I am Spacer Haywire, an independent starship operator of the courier vessel, the Wishful Thinking, and I deliver high-value goods, essentially as between star systems. High-value, low-mass goods. And in my downtime, as I am piloting my vessel, I do these data streams. And I, of course, operate within the area of the Far Suns Coalition, the Judicative Steel, and the Void March. So if you need any goods delivered between any of those, any world that is within the official jurisdictions of any of those polities, please feel free to contact me, and I will do my best to work out a suitable deal for you. Alright, 1 second please, wingmates. I will adjust the volume, as on my end, my auditory inputs are being overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of the soundtrack of this particular game. Space is difficult to understand compared to magic. Ah, Callie, well you see, I find magic to be very difficult to understand, as I can understand engineering, but I cannot understand the principles of, I suppose, of what you describe. Alright, let's accept this mission. And move on to Scenario 2. Magic is just applied thaumaturgy. It may be indeed.
Command has ordered the 53rd Hammerheads to secure an NTF depot in the Deneb asteroid belt.
Okay.
6 sentry guns are positioned around the depot, and rebel freighters are now moving the cargo out of the area. The NTF has gone through a lot of trouble to hide these materials.
Ah, interesting. So the NTF has a depot somewhere, and we will be raiding it. Excellent. Space is all math and equations, but magic you just whip out your weapon, and sparkles come out. And wham, bam, there's friendship falling everywhere. I see. So it's, You know, equations do have certain rules to them, and I suppose the feeling of friendship is a little more difficult. I don't know if everyone has as easy of a time establishing that, but I guess the feeling of magic is something that doesn't come to me as often as I would like it to. But maybe that will change in the future, and I hope it does.
Alpha 1, your mission is to seek and destroy all targets of opportunity, including freighters, cargo, and sentry guns. Beta Wing will scan the cargo. Recon sighted a wing of Lokis guarding the depot, so prioritize these bandits.
I do not trust Beta Wing to scan the cargo. They are not very good at that. Hello, Daishima. Welcome to the convoy. Magic is always alive when you're here. Oh, well, that's wonderful to hear. Thank you very much, Daishima. You've got me blushing as far as my life support systems will allow that. So the Loki fighter of the old GTI, the Galactic Terran Intelligence, supposedly a stealth fighter, but made obsolete barely a month into deployment, as the stealth system was found to have certain flaws. Although I do not know if it's been corrected since.
Do not underestimate the importance of this mission, pilot. A depot raid won't win you any medals, but it can be just as vital as taking down a cruiser or corvette. We must sever rebel supply lines if we want to achieve a decisive victory.
Very good point, Command. Very good point. Alright, so this is a seek and destroy mission. So, as before, we are running the Ulysses, and we will probably be running the exact same weapons loadout as before. Now, since we do have some more stationary targets, we could actually utilize the Tempest, which is a dumbfire missile, which means it has no guidance. But unfortunately, I would rather have more dogfight capability. Actually, no, there are going to be cargo carriers, so I would like to actually have a proper weapon for that. So wingmates, one thing I would like to point out is you can see that the guns on the Ulysses are higher than the cockpit, and that means my gun line is off. I would rather have them be on the level of the cockpit. So this is the biggest issue I'm having with the Ulysses. It's harder to aim the guns because you must aim slightly below where you want in order for the gun line to match the actual target position. All right, let's commit to this. Okay.
Okay, Alpha Wing, let's take out the fighters and freighters. Beta will scan the cargo.
Right, inbound missile already. Here come the Loki.
Cargo units and close in to scan.
All right. You think you can dogfight me with this new fighter I've got? Right, switching to twinned Subox. There we go. Keep ahead of the normal targeting indicator.
Man, we got a problem here. We can't scan the cargo.
What? How can you not scan them?
Run a diagnostic, Beta. Are your sensors malfunctioning?
No. The pilot AI is a lot better in this.
Negative. There's some kind of shielding on these units. Our sensors can't penetrate.
Well, that's a problem. That's very suspicious.
Abort the scan and engage the enemy.
What about a recovery out?
Good point, Beta 1.
Command will not risk recovery in that asteroid belt.
It's probably valuable, Command. Okay, all sentries are down. We have the cargo secured. We should probably wait for whatever Command says next. Lead poisoning. Welcome to the convoy.
Enemy wing closing
what
in.
kind of large package lead poisoning? Please let me know, and we can probably work out an order, of course, if you are within my delivery and pickup areas. Let's see here. Another Loki. Come on. Come on. The Subox is a great gun. Fast projectiles and excellent rate of fire. All right, there we go. Ooh. Oh, Wingmates, I remembered that what I wanted to ask you. Do you have a game that you have enjoyed purely because of the narration? I suppose, what is your favorite game narration that you have ever heard? That would be very interesting to know. I think that Freespace and the voicing in it does come close to one of my favorites. Come on. I don't like the NTF. Simple as.
We have secured the depot, Command. All bandits have been neutralized. Alpha and Beta, destroy the cargo units.
Do we have to? Let me try scanning them.
Long-range sensors are picking up another hostile target 3 kilometers
Maybe it's
from your
Beta
position.
being... Oh, can't scan them at all.
I'm reading nothing here, Command.
Bastion comes to mind.
We're detecting a faint
Yes.
EM signature from one
That
of the
definitely has excellent
asteroids.
narration.
Transmitting coordinates now.
Okay, so we need to go to another point.
You're reading. There's too much interference.
There should be a flashing red blip on the radar screen of your HUD. Maneuver your fighter until this blip is centered in the radar. This will point you in the right direction.
Okay, so we
A large
have...
asteroid, Command, with some kind of structure built into
Oh,
the
that.
surface.
That is our target right there.
Let's take a closer look. Proceed with caution, pilots.
All right. Looks like I can't even command my allies yet, for whatever reason. We are only a member of Alpha. We are not the leader of Alpha yet. Baldur's Gate. That is also an excellent narration. Little Big Planet. Stephen Fry is the perfect narrator for those games. Yes. Stephen Fry does have an interesting way of talking. Very, very good for that particular sort of narration. So we are flying towards this big asteroid here, the one that we cannot even get on our sensors, and that is very much a Freespace 2 era model. The narration really makes the game. I think that some games can get away without narration, but if it is important to it, it is a critical aspect, and you must have a good narrator. Oh, okay, there we go.
Command, the target has turrets and a fighter bay. It must be a rebel installation.
We're scrambling bomber wings now. Destroy that base, pilots.
All right. Let's just keep shooting at it. Let's see here. Let's switch to our link guns. That way we have more damage per second.
I'm picking up incoming hostiles.
What? Incoming hostiles?
Engage and destroy those fighters. We
All
need
right,
to
more
clear a path
Lokis
for
inbound,
Delta
Wingmates. Here we go. We got another dogfight on our hands. We have a launch, pull away, boost, and launch.
Admiral Bosch of the Neo-Terran
I
Front.
have to use quite a few
Allied fighters,
countermeasures,
break
although we have a lot
off your
more.
attack.
Command, the rebel leader
Admiral
is on that
Bosch?
base.
Disregard that transmission, Alpha.
There we go, there we go.
Bosch is in the Polaris system. This must be a decoy.
Ooh. Okay, we are getting blasted with rock eyes
If you
right now.
destroy this installation, you sign the death warrant of our race. I demand unfettered access to the Sirius jump node.
Who is this Bosch?
There will be no negotiations, Bosch.
Come on. Give me a
My
lock.
safety is guaranteed. I'll withdraw my forces from Deneb.
Come on. Firing rock
Destroy
eye.
that installation.
There we go.
Have your orders.
Let's destroy that installation immediately. Bombers should have jumped in. We need to take out these fighters to protect the bombers. Alright, Unknown NTF installation is down to 92% hull integrity. Let's keep hammering away at it and destroy these. Oh my goodness. We're going to pull away a little bit here. There are no more hostiles in the vicinity except for the ones that are just jumping
Heads
in.
up. Enemy wing closing in.
Incoming hostiles. These are more Lokis. Where did they get all of them? I thought that fighter was discontinued. Got a launch on us. Ah! They fired a twin rack at us. Oh my goodness. It's spooky. Stay-at-home ghost is raiding us.
The asteroid is breaking apart, Command.
Oh my goodness. Here we go, here we go. Asteroid is coming apart. That is a big explosion. Hello, Spooky, welcome to the convoy. We have been haunted. Oh my goodness. What is
That's
that?
not an installation. Disable the engines of that warship. Do not let them escape.
All right, engine. Where's the engine subsystem on this
There's
thing?
no time, Command. The vessel is powering up its subspace drive.
Oh no, it's jumping. What is this? What is that? The enemy vessel is jumping. Damn it. We still have Lokis in the area. We need to protect the bombers.
Bosch and his warship have jumped.
Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Firing rock eye. Let's see if we had a lock on that. That's down.
All hostile fighters have been neutralized.
Damn. Damn. Oh my goodness.
This mission is over, Alpha. Return to base.
Ooh, I apologize for that delay. Spooky, what were you doing previously? How was your stream? You let them away, Spacer. All you had to do was follow the damn destroyer. Indeed, Headless, but I have failed command, but I have not failed the mission, hopefully. Sometimes Freespace makes you fail objectives, unfortunately. Battlefront 2 from 2005 was an amazing classic, but it's better made by the campaign narration by Tamura Morrison. Lead poisoning. That is a good point. That is also an incredible boon of that particular game. So welcome Raiders, welcome Raiders. I am Spacer Haywire, an independent starship operator of the vessel, the Wishful Thinking, acting as a courier between planets and delivering high-value, low-mass goods between planets in the Far Suns Coalition, the Judicative Steel, and the Void March. So if you're in any of those areas, feel free to contact me through a DM if you require any particular low-mass, high-value goods that need to be delivered at high priority. Continuing Subnautica, we found some very exotic biomes and punched through a most boisterous Xeno-Leviathan in the face with a power suit. I have seen Subnautica played, Spooky, but yes, that sounds like a lovely stream. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Oh, I see that we're blasting asteroids now. All right, let's move on to the next scenario, wingmates. There we go. But I'm glad you were having a good time with Subnautica, Spooky. That is excellent. All right.
Command has issued no official explanation for Admiral Bosch's presence in the Deneb system. The hidden base and the shielded cargo units only compound the mystery of the Admiral's agenda. Under the circumstances, there was nothing you could have done to stop the escape of Bosch's command frigate, designated the NTF Iceni.
Alright, so it's the Iceni that escaped from us. Freespace 2 is going well for now. Thank you, Spooky. This particular rendition of Freespace 2 has a much more different difficulty curve. And we are currently playing on medium, but we may actually have to crank it up depending on how things go. But for now, we are just beginning the new campaign. So, with our experience with the Galactic Terran Intelligence in our previous playthrough of Freespace Silent Threat, all of this mystery stuff is very, very bad. Because it usually leads to some kind of betrayal or some kind of very shady operations. So I am very disappointed that we are again seeing it. Alright. If Command has no explanation, we are in trouble.
Intelligence has tracked Admiral Bosch's command frigate, the NTF Iceni, through subspace. We have vectored its course to the Sirius jump node. The 53rd is being scrambled to seek and destroy the Iceni before it escapes Deneb. We have pre-assigned your loadout, and your fighters are now standing by. Report to the flight deck pronto.
Oh, we don't even know what we're running. It's one of those scenarios. It's a scramble mission. Alright, wingmates, looks like we will be having to intercept the NTF Iceni frigate, and hopefully disable it.
Engage full burners and intercept the Iceni. They are 2 kilometers from the Sirius jump node.
Alright, let's
Command,
target...
5 clicks from that Corvette. Those coordinates you gave us were bogus. We don't stand a chance of catching that ship.
You have your orders, pilot.
Alpha 2,
Command,
shut up
where's the
and keep
blockade?
burning.
Why isn't the Alliance guarding this node?
Our line of defense has been reprioritized for engagements elsewhere in the system.
Command, that is a piss-poor explanation for why no one was maintaining the blockade. I blame Command entirely for the failure of this mission. Alright, all pilots, disable the Iceni. Target the engine subsystem. Switch to Tempest. There we go. Switching to twin Subak banks.
I regret your efforts to intercept us have failed, pilots. Would be well advised to question the wisdom of your leaders. Help. Engage subspace drive.
Damn you, Aiken Bosch.
The Iceni has jumped.
Acknowledged, pilot.
We were too late. Too late by far.
Where's the status break, Command? What the hell is going on here?
You're out of line, pilot.
Out of line?
He's not out of
I
line.
don't think so. We're risking our lives out here. We deserve a straight answer.
You can discuss this at your debriefing. We now have reports that rebel vessels are heading for the jump node. Stand by for mission update. Command out.
What?
Damn it.
Now we're the
Command, let
blockade?
Bosch escape.
What are you talking about?
They pulled the blockade. They gave us the wrong coordinates. There's no other explanation.
Alpha 2, I'd call you
Why? Why
crazy
would they let him
normally, but
go?
that's probably right.
Tell me, pilot. I'm informed on a need-to-know basis.
Thanks, Command.
Stand down, we're on your side here.
Why did we attack the Iceni? Why did we destroy that cargo? I can live with being a pawn if the game makes sense.
Well put, Alpha 2. And right
Inbound
now...
freighters with Loki escort. These targets escape the asteroid depot. Destroy those ships before they reach the node.
Alright.
Beta wing here. Target acquired and closing.
Alright, Alpha 2, shut up and let's keep our conspiracies to another time. Right now we have fighters to kill. Where's those damn Lokis? Alright, let's move on. Hello, Dr. O'Fall. Welcome to the convoy. Good to see you here. I have had limited experience with Ace Combat, and it was quite a duration ago. But I am not against playing it at some point. More Lokis. Always with the Lokis. Come on, come on. At least the Subak has a good rate of fire. Firing Rockeye. Let's see how that lag pursuit curve works. And we missed. Or he countermeasured. Come on, come on, come on. Did he get his subsystem blown out? He might have.
Objective neutralized.
Alright, let's see where that blasted freighter is. Oof. Alright, here comes the second freighter. Switching to Tempest. Switching to dual mode Tempest. Firing missiles. These are dead fire, so we can just Hail Mary with them. Take that, you son of a bitch. Come on, come on. Equalizing shields. It is a great quote. It's the doctor of all. You should. They're generally pretty good games. I have heard that about them, and also experienced a little bit of that. Oh, I'm getting blasted apart here. I need to pull back. Putting more power to shields away from the guns. Alright, where the hell is that Loki? Firing missiles. There we go. Single-handed takedown of that freighter. Switching to Rockeye for dogfighting.
Two ATF cruisers have
There we go.
The NTC Glorious and the NTC Impervious.
Glorious and Impervious are in the
Eliminate
system.
The fighter escort pilots. We'll deploy the Samtic to handle the cruisers.
Samtic
Those cruisers
inbound.
have anti-fighter beams with an
Alpha
effective
2 is
range
down.
of 1,500 meters. Lure the escort away from the cruisers before you engage.
I apologize, Egos, but you know how heated some of these engagements get. Alright, beam weaponry. Wingmates, that is the new anti-fighter blue beam. It is one of the worst things you could encounter with a capital ship because it is very lethal. Oh, we collided with that Loki. Alright. Switching to single fire. On bank 2. Damn, I'm getting shredded here. Alright, boosting. Come on, I need that shielding. Stay in my sights, stay in my sights. Something about the Ulysses dispersion pattern is not my favorite. Rockeye away. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, there we go. Got a good beat on his belly. There we go. Next. These blasted beams. That is their anti-fighter mode. They're also capable of a continuous anti-capital burst. Firing Rockeye. Come on, you lag pursuit piece of garbage. Damn. He's gonna invade it. Oh, that Rockeye actually is better than expected. Way better than the MX-50 we had to use in the Great War. There we go. It's not jump fire as much as direct fire. Indeed, Gorian, indeed. Alright, let's see. He died valiantly. That's all that matters. I don't know if he died valiantly because I was unfortunately in my own dogfight. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Ah, these Lokis. I'll give them that. I'll give them that. Their pilots know what they're doing. Firing Rockeye. Come on, lag pursuit. Damn.
It's gonna blow.
Alright, one of the cruisers is about to pop. Firing Rockeye. Come on, come on. Ah, we lost front shielding. Oh, damn. Ah! Come on, come on, come on. Damn, these low-key pilots are decent. Firing missile. And we've lost Beta. We are the last pilot on the field. It is all up to us. Entirely. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. 2 more Lokis on the field. Let's take them out. This is what happens when you set the difficulty higher. Oh, launch, boost, and countermeasure. Boost and countermeasure. Okay, we evaded all of those missiles. The one thing I don't like about the Ulysses is its fairly low shield power. I think that anti-fighter beams suck, and I think they do stay on target. They suck very much to face. Alright, let's get this last fighter, and then the Somtic should be able to join in. Alright, come on, come on. Oh, this is an ace right here. Except he's not ace enough to survive me. Rockeye away, Fox 2. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. He's down. Now, one more. One more Loki. Come on, come on. Stay in my gun sights, buddy. Samtic is on station, firing Rockeye. There we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Lead the gun line, lead the gun line. Eyes on the gun line, eyes on the gun line. Come on, come on. Firing Rockeye. When in doubt, Rockeye it out. Delta Wing has been launched. Firing Rockeye. I am running low, and that was my last missile. There we go. Alright, let's take a look what the Somtic's doing. Oh! Here we go. Let's watch the Somtic wail on these cruisers. So this is the Fenris class Glorious, and the Leviathan class, what was it? The Impervious. Here come the beams! Come on. Give me the capital beam, Somtic. Give me the capital beam. I am not engaging this. Oh, there's the flat guns of the Somtic going at it. Fusion batteries and flat guns. Oh, I love the whirring sound of the beams. Oh, look at that. Look at all of that firepower. And welcome to the Convoy Melee Brothers AIM. This is indeed quite a bit of action. The Glorious is down. Now for the Leviathan class Impervious. Come on, Somtic, give her the beams. The GTI has quite a few Lokis, which is very strange to me indeed. And yes, everyone died except for Delta, which arrived with the Somtic. Come on, come on, give a primary beam. So one of the issues is that a lot of the capital ships in Freespace 2 actually have very, very poor beam aim. And the Hatshepsut class destroyer has a particular issue with its primary beam weapon armament. And that renders it less effective against other capital vessels. Alaric, welcome to the convoy. Good to see you here. Come on, Somtic. Come on. The Impervious is only at 71. Engage with your blasted capital beams, unless you're firing flak rounds too. There we go, the other launchers are starting to get within range of the Impervious. Come on, come on, the fusion mortars are firing. Please rotate your bloody capital beam on it. I want to see it. Flak guns are going at it. Impervious is down to 52. Impervious is not firing back with its anti-fighter beams. Oh, there it is. There's the anti-fighter beam from the Impervious, digging against the rather massive hull of the Samtic. Come on, come on. Take her down or I'll take her down myself. I tell you to disable his engine subsystems, but you'd be the only fighter. Yes, Delta Wing is not engaging the Impervious. And also, the Subak is not my favorite weapon to use against subsystems. And I am low on Tempest. There it goes. Impervious is going down.
The Impervious objective has been neutralized.
Let's watch her incinerate.
Return to base, pilots. The Aquitaine is shipping out.
Oh, we're going somewhere. Very nice. Look at the beautiful engines on the Samtic wingmates. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. Oh, the subtle glow. Oh, what beauty. Oh, I forgot to show you wingmates. Like the, oh my goodness, the Typhon class destroyer before it, the Samtic has very interesting tubes for its available as part of its model. Although it is much more perilous to navigate, especially when the Samtic is in motion. And look, this is the delicate insides of the Samtic. Let's match speed with her. Look at this. This is the launch bay where the fighters enter. Delta bothers to fire a Hornet missile swarm. Yes, Delta is showing off some of the power. No brakes. No brakes indeed. We are always going to fight. Tube enjoyer. But yes, I do love that the Vasudan vessels have this very interesting launch bay. Although I would never want to launch out of this. Imagine if you're a little bit groggy and you're trying to launch into a combat operation and you are trapped within that blasted tube. Ah, what a beautiful, what beautiful lines the Samtic has. Or the Hatepsut class, should I say. Oh, and wingmates, I didn't show you. Here is what the Ulysses looks like. Up close. The remastered models that have been done by fans are absolutely beautiful. And we can even see the pilot here. Let's see if I can do a bit of a zoom. Yes, as you can see, even the pilot is modeled within the cockpit. So there are my weapons banks. Here's all of them firing at once. Here's the primary, and here's the secondary, which I use because it's quadrupled and rapid fire. Here is the missiles firing. And here is the Rockeye. Oh wait, I don't have any Rockeyes left. But as you can see, most of the fighter is very well modeled. And has this very interesting knife blade here, which all it does is it presents a greater profile to be shot at. Which I don't appreciate, but we could say it's a sensor thing. Alright. But yes, that's what it looks like. I love the double fire modes for the primary fire. Yes, that is the greatest thing about the Ulysses, is that you have rapid fire, but it's twin guns, which is very valuable. Yes, it might be a sensor blade. So let's begin our jump. There we go, and we are moving in for a subspace jump, wingmates. Don't mock its wee spacer. I see, Dippy. Is that what you think?
Admiral Bosch's command frigate reached the Sirius jump
too
node.
insightful, Yuri.
I have received no
that kind of is like
explanation
that.
either on or off the record for what happened out there. I assume we'll be informed on a need-to-know basis. Good job neutralizing those fighters and freighters. You've served the 53rd Hammerheads well. Your performance in this last mission proves you have what it takes to be an ace pilot. I've recommended your transfer to the 107th Ravens. They lost many good officers in Deneb, and they could use someone with your talents. They're a top-notch unit. I know you'll make us proud. Good luck with your new assignment, pilot. Command has ordered the Aquitaine to return to the Capella system. Admiral Petrarch will address the crew at 0630.
Looks like we're being transferred, wingmates. And ships have feelings too, indeed, Dippy. Especially if you believe in the machine spirit. Would you enjoy someone mocking your tubes? Probably not, Dippy. I certainly prefer to have my particular method of ventilation respected. So it looks like at least the immediate command is either not willing to say anything or actually does not know why Bosch was allowed to escape. So I guess they transfer you so you don't matter if Alpha 2 dies or not. I suppose indeed. They may be transferring us because we now have sensitive information and we should not spread rumors among the crew. Good job, Spacer. You let them get away again. Unfortunately, we did. Let's see what our recommendations are. You have successfully completed this mission. That is surprisingly ominous. Usually we do not have a recommendation for you. This is actually very ominous. I do not know why. So I I think that there is more being said here through their actions than through their words. I don't know if you've ever had this happen in a workplace, wingmates, but sometimes you really must read between the lines of what your management says. All right. Red text, good job.
Welcome to the 107th Ravens, pilot. I'm Lieutenant Samza.
Oh, look at that logo. Raven on the moon.
The Aquitaine is now en route to the Gamma Draconis system. The details of the situation there have been classified at the highest level, so I'm as much in the dark as you are. The Admiral will brief the crew when we reach 3rd Fleet headquarters in Capella.
Alright, looks like there is some kind of secret assignment happening here. Aesthetic indeed. Alright, let's see what our next briefing is.
The 107th is a heavy assault squadron, so our fighter of choice is the Hercules Mark II. Implementing advances in fusion drive technology, the Mark II improves the assault fighter's speed and maneuverability without sacrificing loadout. The Herc has only 2 missile banks, but its ordnance capacity is greater than the Myrmidons. The original Herc won the Great War, so we're proud to carry on the tradition.
Look, wingmates. Look how they massacred my boy. Oh, what have they done? That is not the Hercules that I was proud to know. I tell you, wingmates, I tell you, this is all the Vasudans' fault. If we had not signed the Baytak Accords, we would not have had the Hercules Mark II be such a travesty to aesthetics. Yeah, I for one am ready to join the NTF, now that I have learned the true problems of allying with the Vasudans. Look at this clearly has Vasudan influence in it. No. This is unacceptable. Admiral Bosch has a point, I think. It's treason for aesthetics. Yes, Birdmaw. It's vile. It's unthinkable that we would do this to the honored Hercules fighter. And hello, Shiloh. Welcome to the convoy. Great to see you here. No.
I recommend that you review the Herc-2 training modules before the Aquitaine arrives in Capella. These modules review advanced tactics, such as countermeasures and energy management. The Herc-2 is slower than the Myrmidon you've been flying with the 53rd, so learn how to evade missiles and equalize shields. These skills will help you push your fighter to the limits. Master them, and the life you save may be your own.
They have carried on the tradition, much like how operating system updates have important new features. Indeed, Mutant Carrot, I think that is one good way to put what they've done to the Hercules Mark II. And Shiloh, what the heck is going on? Well, we are about to continue the Freespace 2 campaign, but I am currently having a moment, being absolutely distraught at what they have done to the design of a successor fighter to one of my favorite machines in Freespace. And the Hercules Mark II on the left here is... It may look good on its own to some, but it does not look good compared to the Hercules Mark I. I would rather join the NTF and fly their old Hercs.
You are now authorized to use the GTW-5A Prometheus R, the GTM-19 Harpoon, and the GTM-4 Hornet missile. The Prometheus R is a retrofit of a cannon developed during the Great War. After the Alliance lost contact with Earth, we lacked materials required for mass production, so engineers developed this retrofit version. The Prometheus packs a bigger wallop than the Subak HL-7, but it will drain your power reserves with extended use.
So, wingmates, the Prometheus cannon was developed during the Great War, but because some of the parts needed to make it came from Earth, essentially what we're getting now is a subpar garbage version of it. And if you look at the actual weapons table that defines the components in the game, the Prometheus R is garbage compared to the Subak in terms of damage potential per second. It may do more damage per shot, but overall, the Subak laser that we've been using is the better weapon.
The Harpoon and the Hornet are both aspect-seeking missiles. While the Harpoon fires individual warheads, the Hornet launches a swarm of 4 projectiles, 8 if you're in double-fire mode. The training modules cover the proper technique for firing aspect-seeking missiles, so be sure to review that section carefully. That's all for now, pilot. The Aquitaine will arrive in Capella in 4 hours.
The Tempest is a good missile. The dumbfire nature means that you can very readily blow apart subsystems if you are careful. And with capital ships, that usually is not a problem. But the Harpoon is a very good dogfighting missile. Hornet less so, but the Hornet is a good ship buster, generally speaking. It's a freighter buster is what it is. Although the Tempest can do something similar. But essentially, a Hornet compromises between light ship busting, such as freighters, and the ability to also simultaneously dogfight with it. So it's a multi-purpose munition that lacks the focus, the dogfighting focus that the Harpoon has. And yes, Subak is great. Alright, let's continue on with the actual mission. Oh, this is training.
Welcome
Never
to
mind, we're
training.
skipping that. And do we have another training module? Yes, we do. Skipping the training is a great option. Hello, Lewis. Lewis, welcome to the convoy. And yes, all is well. We are currently at the beginning of the Freespace 2 campaign. I hope you will enjoy it with us.
To the officers and crew of the GTD Aquitaine, this is Admiral Petrov. At 0115 hours, we received a transmission from the 3rd Fleet headquarters. A Sheevan cruiser, the 3 fighter wings ambushed and destroyed the GTC Vigilant as it patrolled the Gamma Draconis jump node in the Capella system. Command deployed the GTD Carthage and GDC Dashor, though these vessels neutralized the immediate threat. All Allied units, now in a state of enhanced vigilance.
Well, wingmates, the Sheevans are back. After 32 years, the alien threat has returned. And it appears that they have different ships now. And what are their goals? Who knows? But this is a horrible development. And this is also my favorite briefing background music out of the entire stable of tracks in the entire Freespace catalog. Alright, let's see what's going on.
Command has ordered the Aquitaine to spearhead the operation in Gamma Draconis as we investigate the origin and extent of this incursion. Gamma Draconis is a remote, uninhabited system discovered shortly before the outbreak of the Great War. The system has no planets, no viable resources. GTSC Erickson visited the system 15 years ago and reported nothing out of the ordinary.
Hello, Suspicious Deli and Ray. Welcome to the convoy. It is good to see you here. And yes, Suspicious Deli, the salvo cheese with the Tempest is very good. Let's see here. Yes, they are back and crankier than ever. I certainly hope for us that we will be able to
Recon
defeat
flights
them.
of Gamma Draconis detected activity near an uncharted jump node. Closer examination has revealed this node is not a natural phenomenon, but a massive subspace portal of unknown origin. We do not know why the Erickson failed to detect the portal when it last visited the system. This device may have been inactive and therefore invisible to long-range sensors, or it may be of recent construction.
So there is some kind of subspace portal that was previously unknown. Maybe the Sheevans are coming from that.
The Sheevan vessels that destroyed the Vigilant were not of any class encountered in the Great War. The light cruiser, designated Rakshasa, and the fighters designated Mara, have been added to your onboard database. This is our first contact with this species in over 3 decades. Our objectives are clear. We must secure Gamma Draconis. We'll face annihilation a second time.
Well, the threat is back, and I hope that we are more prepared than we were. And it appears that the Sheevans themselves have been preparing for this inevitable showdown with them, with us. But with Terrans and Basudans now allied, I think that we will be able to handle this threat. Let's continue on to our mission.
This is Lieutenant Samza, squadron leader of the 107th Ravens. Here's the situation. The GTD Aquitaine entered Gamma Draconis at 1640. The flagship will defend the Capella node as we advance to secure the system. Recon discovered a Sheevan supply depot near the subspace portal, and this will be our target.
Looks like we are already beginning offensive operations against the Sheevans. Laser into death, or whatever is most optimal. I think it will be lasers because the Subak is a better weapon than anything we can have from the Prometheus.
Command believes the Sheevans are preparing for a more aggressive attack on Capella. The SC Behemoth, a Rakshasa-class cruiser, guards the depot with a wing of Mara fighters. Enemy freighters are entering the system, dropping their cargo and departing through the portal. Your mission, pilot, is to execute a clean sweep of the area.
So we are here to annihilate the cruiser and annihilate all of the enemy wings.
Your primary target will be the Mara fighters. Once the escorts are down, destroy the Behemoth and any freighters in the vicinity. You'll need to hold down the fort until we deploy the Carthage and Dashor. After you secure the area, we'll send Wings Delta and Epsilon to relieve you.
Simple enough. Although with the Sheevans, nothing is ever simple. Alright, let's take a look at what ships we can run. We have the Hercules, which is poorly lit for whatever reason. And let's take a look at our armament. We've been equipped with the Prometheus retrofit cannon. I am throwing that garbage out. We are going to be running the Subak in all slots. And one thing that is absolutely dismal about the Hercules 2 is that it only has single guns. It doesn't have the dual bank. So in essence, this is not a Hercules. This is just a fighter. This is not a heavy assault fighter. I would much rather have a Ulysses than this particular Hercules. So what are we running? We're running Hornets and we're running Harpoons. However, if you do look at the payloads, we have a massive amount of Harpoons, which is excellent. This is a very capable missile ship. Yeah, the Hercules 2 is definitely going to be a missile fighter and not a gunfighter, like the original Hercules 1 was. Poorly lit because they know it's ugly. Yes, we've put a paper bag over the head of this Hercules. Incidentally, anyone who enjoys, I suppose, two-dimensional pixel gaming should watch Paper Bag Channel. Let's see what missiles we have here. We have the Harpoon, we have the Rockeye, and we have the Tempest. I think I'll run the Hornet because it's a dogfight missile while also being an anti-ship missile. So we'll do that. Okay, let's see here. I like how the A7 strike fighter is called the Corsair 2, even when it is not even close to an air superiority fighter. Indeed, indeed. I think names live on, but concepts necessarily don't. It's a great bomber, not a fighter. Yes, the A7 had a much more strike-oriented lifestyle. But I suppose sometimes names do not transfer correctly. Alright, we are running what we want to be running. And Beta 2 was also running that garbage gun, so we are going to make sure we can give at least a couple of Beta the right weapon. The F8, on the other hand, yes, the Tiger Shark. That is a thoroughbred fighter. All right, let's commit. All right, let's take a look.
This is Alpha 2. We're in. I've got a visual on the subspace portal.
That is a massive portal.
How many hostiles in sensor range?
One wing of Mara's closing in fast.
Oh.
The Behemoth is 2.5 clicks out. 2 freighters and a half a dozen cargo units are in the depot area.
Thanks, Alpha 2.
Destroy those fighters. The Shivas will send reinforcements, so let's secure this area as quickly as possible.
All right, we are going in for the Mara fighters. All right. Single banks of weapons, but at least they're very close. These firing! We probably want to run twins against Maras because we want them gone as soon as possible.
I've never seen anything like it.
There we go.
These fighters are unbelievable.
Yes, Maras are very good fighters. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Switching to singles. Firing. Oh, pulling away. Ah! Damn, they are maneuverable. Come on, come on, come on, you Shivan scum. You think you could come back after all this time and just waltz through our systems? No, 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 no. You will face the wrath of Terrans and the students together. Right, it's now just us and the Behemoth.
Closing in.
Alright, switching to dual banks. Alright, let's give her all we got. Switching to Hornets. And switching to dual fire. It's not even using its anti-fighter beams. But Shredder. We have Mara's inbound. Ah. Here it comes, here it comes. Ooh. A lot of the French got R530s onto theirs. Gorian, I'm not familiar what the 530 is. Is that a... Oh my goodness, Attenborough, I'm so sorry. I completely... Every time the F-20... Oh, no. Tiger Shark is F-20? I'm having a moment here. I apologize. That is most incongruous of me. But yes, the Crusader's a beautiful machine. Oh. Radar missile. Okay, thank you. That definitely clears it up for me. Let's see, let's get this Mara blown apart. The one issue with the Mara is it's got a huge body, so it's pretty easy to target from almost every aspect. Ooh, okay. More Maras inbound. Switching to Hornets. Switching to Harpoons, I mean. Let's get a lock on her. Come on, stay in my radar. Got a lock firing. There we go. Busted the aft shields. Switching to single guns. Come on. Firing. Ah! Good thing the Herc is a powerful fighter.
Command, all bandits are down. Now targeting the Behemoth.
Alright, locking on to the Behemoth. Switching to Twin Hornet. Firing. Alright. The Behemoth is about to go down. We are... Oh, that anti-fighter beam.
Excellent work, pilots.
There goes the Behemoth.
Objective neutralized.
She's down. Going for the freighters now. Alright, we got Hornets ready to go. Switching to Twin Subocs. Give me a lock. Let's do this. No time for talk. Fire! Yes, that's what we're doing. You're also smart with your knowledge. I think I'll stick to being happy about laser shooting. Oh, laser shooting is very fun. Getting a lock. The neck whale, firing. It was already gone. The Samaya. What is this, cargo? It's cargo. I'm gonna scan something before my wingmates destroy it. Right, come on, give me a scan. Oh, that's a freighter. Let me scan the cargo real quick. Guidance systems. Interesting. My wingmates have taken down the freighter. Let's see, where's the next unscanned cargo? Oh. Let's scan that carefully. Warheads. Alright, next unscanned. They are busting up the freighters right now. My wingmates can handle that. I will scan the cargo. There we go.
Area secure, Command. Standing by for further orders.
Alright, we should be
Hold your
okay.
position, pilots. We are now deploying the Carthage and the Dashore.
I will call in a
Deploying
rearm
support
ship.
Now, please stand by.
Alright, support ship inbound. Let's see if we got anything else to scan.
Command, we got 4 or 5 hostile wings coming through the portal.
Oh, portal is... Alright, let's see
Got a new
here.
fighter class here. Designation Astaroth.
Astaroth fighters.
Where's the Carthage? We need reinforcements ASAP, Command.
Oh, here it comes. Alright,
Take massive action,
Astaroths.
pilots. Help is on the way.
Alright, let's knock him out. Switching to single harpoons.
Send in the Carthage.
Switching to single Subocs.
The
There we
Carthage
go.
and Dashore will emerge
Lock
from
fire.
space momentarily. Stand by.
Here it comes. You think you can dodge that? No, you can't. You are a terrible pilot. Come on. Give me the Subak. Carthage is on station. Give me another lock on that. Firing. Oh, the harpoon is so good. Yes, so the temp, you cannot treat the Hercules 2 as the Hercules 1. It is a missile fighter, much like the Phantom is. Or the Phantom 2, technically. The F4 Phantom. And hopefully I get that right. TK, welcome, thank you for the love for chat and lurkers. You can scan stuff. Yes, indeed you can, Headless. And Minceray 99. This is a bit of an Itano circus going on here. Oh, we have a Kane-class cruiser inbound. beams from the what? Oh,
Watch your back, pilot!
there comes the Carthage and the Dashore are firing. The Sobek class corvette and the Orion class cruiser retrofitted. Here comes the beam. Ah, yeah, I love the beam. Nothing like a beam. All right, let's face off the enemy fighters while the beams are singing. Oh no, we have bombers. Let's see here. Sheep and bomb. Come on, come on. Oh, our shields are taking some damage here. Oh my goodness. We are in the flak zone, I think, is the problem. We should get out of the flak zone. The friendly ships are ripping apart the enemy using their flak missiles. And they've really given a lot of shielding to these new bombers, where the Seraphim bombers have been upgraded significantly. Alright, where's the next Seraphim? Switching to dual... Oh god, the flak is ripping me apart. Carthage, watch your fire! Come on, come on. Give me that dual fire. Oh, it's an Astaroth now. Firing. Alright, what's going on here? The Goliath is down to 30. Ooh. Oh, fighter. Yep. Oh, no shields down. Hull integrity is down to 23. We should be able to make it. These blasted Astaroths are hitting me hard. Firing. Missile away. Come on. There we go. Astaroth down. Where's the next hostile? There it is. Aquarius 3. Let's get a lock on him. We have 21 missiles left. I do love the banks on this thing. We are ready to fire again. Firing 2. Let's get some beams on him. We are out of beam range. The range is only 900. But through our missile armament, we were able to destroy the threat. Incoming Astaroth bombers. Locked on. Not a good shot. I know, Astaroth fighters. My goodness. I always mistake that. Come on, there we go. Enemy down. Thank you, Beta 2, for the missile assist. There we go.
All hostiles have been neutralized. Now deploying Delta and Epsilon wing. Alpha, you may return to base.
Ooh.
Systems failing. Get support here pronto.
Delta wing now in position.
Excellent. As you can see, Delta Wing is launching from the Carthage.
Epsilon wing standing by. Transmit orders.
Alright, excellent. We can return to base now. Back to the Aquitaine. Ooh, thank you for your support, wingmates. Thank you for your support. Alright, let's jump out of here. But I did want to show the Orion class vessel to anyone who is not familiar with it. And in Freespace 2, they actually improved it significantly. They added these green big beam weapons, which are an anti-capital weapon. And they also replaced, I believe, these particular mounts with flak guns. So this ship is much more anti-fighter capable. And I will argue that the weapon placement on the Orion class is significantly better than on the Aquitaine class. Oh yeah, baby, not that. Now that is a ship. Yes, the Orion is a beauty. Alright, and here is the new Corvette from the Sobek class Corvette from the Vasudans. So this ship's small size belies its incredible firepower. It has one of the best gun and beam arrangements of any capital vessel in the game. Seeing one of those Orions is a bit nostalgic. Stationary anti-cap guns for the best power outcome. Well, it's a targetable beam. It doesn't need a turret. And there's 2 big greens on one side and only 1 big green on the other. Actually, there's 3 here and 2 on the other. So definitely you want this side facing the enemy. Like my sci-fi, as many sharp cubic angles as possible. Smooth hulls don't even at me. Well, here you have both examples, Mutant Carrot. A very angular hull, and the very smooth hull of the Basudan Sobek class. Grumble, grumble, I think you can give us a hurric refit like that, grumble, grumble. Yes, very much. I do wish that they had not massacred our boy, because what they've done to the Hercules is unforgivable. It's a steerable beam emitter. Indeed it is, indeed it is. And there it is. There's the engines of the Sobek, along with 2 secondary engines. Alright, why don't we jump out? Well, it's against capital ships, not like they can maneuver much. And there are, of course, anti-fighter beams. Oh, there we go. We need to be moving. I actually like that. Collision danger. Subspace drive not activated. That is very handy. At least they added that feature in Freespace 2.
You survived your first sortie against the Shivans. Though we had only a small opposing force to contend with, survival is half the battle. The COs of both the Carthage and Dashore commend our squadron for the outstanding cover we provided. The Shivan Kane cruiser and its complement of fighters might have destroyed these vessels had we not intervened. Well done, pilot. A joint Terran-Vasudan task force under the direction of Dr. Mina Hargrove is now studying the subspace portal. We expect a preliminary report in a few hours. For preserving the systems of the Galactic Terran-Vasudan Alliance from Shivan invasion, you are hereby awarded the Allied Defense Citation.
Fantastic, wingmates. We have been rewarded for our actions. We finally have our first medal out of many. No recommendations for us. Thanks, Command, indeed. Thank you this time. At least they actually sent in reinforcements when they said they would. Shiloh asks, what do you think of open source software? Shiloh, I am a very big fan of open source software. I personally think that it allows for development of software in a way that gives trust to both the developer and those using it, in that you can, if you want, audit the code and check that there is nothing malicious going on. And I think when your code is that open, you also have less incentive to do the sort of unscrupulous data harvesting that many other manufacturers do. I will, of course, however, say that it is much more difficult to profit from software when you are openly showing how it is created. So there are hybrid approaches, such as where the software is open source, but you end up having support be something that you charge for, or for priority features. So in a sense, you can audit and you can branch and etc., although with some more restricted licenses at times. But at the same time, a company is able to support itself off of the, I suppose, contracts that bigger users would require. Also, I think that it is very important that open source developers have a way to receive monetary compensation for their efforts from those willing to donate. For example, I think that some programs absolutely deserve the donations they receive. It's the way that many streamers have subscriptions and other sorts of donations. I think that those providing people with works, especially those that are freely available, at least to those who really wish to chip in if they are able to, I think that, yes, that support is very important. But overall, I think that more software should be open source, and especially standards should be open source. Thanks to the efforts of the free software community, many standards that were previously closed have now become essentially open to the use of others. And I think that more standards should be that way, because it allows for, I suppose, a ecosystem to develop. If you can see how a file format is created, and there are no secrets to you, then that becomes definitely easier to have add-ons made for. And I understand that many things are proprietary, but if patent law is that good and is that worthwhile, then maybe patent law should be able to defend anyone who does abuse the fact that you've opened up patented information to someone. And of course there is the argument of trade secret. And I think that it is possible to have certain models where you do retain the trade secret component while keeping the vast majority of the supporting framework open source. But of course, that does go against some of the spirit of free software. But yes, if only free open source operating systems were the norm. Well, I think that you'll be very pleased by historical developments, as in the late third millennium, the Linux kernel version, I believe it was 9.7, became the dominant operating system. So very much so, as it developed over the centuries, Linux has become the de facto primary system for personal computers, although there are, of course, specialized operating systems for computing systems that use different principles, of course. Quantum computers have their own quirks, although they are, of course, of limited utilization. Pop! OS and Solus are okay among free source operating systems. Or free open software. Yes. Free open source software. Linux is the bomb. I'm glad Valve is investing in it so much. Yes, I am glad to see that too. I apologize for my delays, Wingmates. I got a little bit carried away with open source software, but I am quite a fan of it. And one of the nice things is that this particular project is a community project, and that would not be possible without the spirit of free software. Alright, let's accept our mission results. You'll stick with Windows 98, thank you. Ah, not even enjoying the NT kernel, are you, eGhost? Very brave of you.
With the Gamma Draconis system secure, a task force of Terran and Vesuvian scientists is now examining the subspace portal. At this point, the scientists have ruled out the possibility the device is of Shivan origin. Dr. Mina Hargrove, leader of the research team, has issued a report of his preliminary findings. An excerpt of this report follows.
So this jump gate is not of Shivan origin. That is very important to note. I'm glad that Epic bought out Easy Anti-Cheat and snuffed their Linux releases. Mutant, Carrot, I'm not familiar with Easy Anti-Cheat, actually. What was that particular program? Talking about how great open source is, it was with inspiring game music in the background. I see. Sometimes comedy is situation. Epic? Good? Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that whole easy anti-cheat thing, so it's one of those issues where I have no data, even the terms are unfamiliar with me. So that's my primary issue here. Elementary OS is also a fine starter free open source software operating system. Yes, indeed it is. Although I will say that the Linux has a lot of support. That is one of its greatest advantages. Although, is Elementary OS Linux kernel?
Any Shivan construction we have yet encountered. Though
Shivans
demonstrate considerable diversity as a species, all Shivan technology possesses certain distinctive properties. None is present in the subspace device, which means we must look elsewhere for the portal's origin. We do know that the device is very, very old, on the order of several thousand years.
Oh, that is very old for the portal. Easy Anti-Cheat is a company that offers anti-cheat implementation into games so that... Ah, I see. And I am anti-glad it's not on Linux anymore. I see, okay. I apologize. Sometimes context is difficult to tell from text for me. So, thank you for explaining that. I actually appreciate it quite a bit. Yes, I am also very upset that things stop losing Linux releases. It is always great to see more of them, but when it gets ripped out, there's a problem. Yes, Ubuntu was based on Debian, and also I believe that... Was it Manjaro? Or Mint? No, is it Manjaro or Mint that is based on Ubuntu, but also changed a little bit? Solus and Pop are Debian-based too. Ah, yes, but they're a little bit easier to use than Debian, I'm assuming. Okay, let's see here. Although I would probably stick to Debian because of massive community support. That or Arch or Arctics, if I'm going for the cutting edge. Let's see here. Let's continue on with the briefing.
The field generated by the interlocking movement of the portal's components creates a subspace vortex, connecting one part of the universe to another. Dr. Hargrove theorizes that whoever built this device may have used it to stabilize a jump node on the verge of collapse.
So this...
Dr. Hargrove is correct. This technology is a tremendous discovery.
So this jump gate is essentially able to take tears in subspace and make them actually usable. And that is one issue that is currently facing the GTVA, is that the Terra and Sigma Draconis, or is it, oh my goodness, which Draconis is it? I believe Sigma Draconis jump node is very unstable due to the destruction of the SD Lucifer inside of it. So this could mean that there is a possibility of actually recontacting Earth after these 3 decades apart. Pop and Elementary are also pretty close to Ubuntu in usability and similarity. Oh, I see, I see. I've not had an opportunity to use those particular distributions.
By constructing our own portal, we might be able to reopen the Sol jump node in Delta Serpentis. Since the destruction of the Lucifer caused the node to collapse 32 years ago, Earth has remained isolated from the GTVA. We might also be able to stabilize subspace nodes that are currently too volatile for travel, thus creating routes to systems previously unexplored.
So this is a massive discovery.
Our military operation will focus on what lies on the other side of the subspace portal. Must determine where the node leads, the extent of the Shivan presence there. Above all, must prevent the Shivans from returning to Gamma Draconis. Because the portal will remain active while the research team studies the technology, our systems are vulnerable to attack. Allied Command has deemed this an acceptable risk given the potential benefits.
Alright, so we need to protect the portal from the Shivans, because this technology is absolutely incredible. Pop OS feels mildly like a Mac. Mac OS-ified Ubuntu. I enjoy my operating systems to be very, I suppose, simplistic in a sense. I don't really need any sort of GUI features other than usability and customizability. And in that sense, any distro with KDE Plasma loaded onto it is my preference for that, I suppose. Although I use Terminal a lot, so it's not exactly the user-facing elements of the desktop are not as important to me. It feels like every game you play has its special flavor of sci-fi I can't help but fall in love with. Some of these older games, Shiloh, have something that makes them classics. And there's a reason I only play the classics, is because they have that certain, I suppose, je ne sais quoi that makes them so special. Shiloh, this particular community that has improved Freespace essentially has a very easy to use mod installer for it. So if ever you pick up Freespace 2, let me make a link for Wingmates here. Let me give you a link to Knossos. Let's see here, Knossos, and this should help anyone getting interested in Freespace 2. Knossos Freespace. I apologize, Wingmates. I should have this as a bot command, but I do not. So allow me to actually add it here. So you would basically need to buy Freespace 2 from either Steam or Good Old Games or from a CD, and then you use Knossos to get this Freespace open and media VPS packs, which allow it to look as beautiful as it does now. And I think I may be doing some kind of multiplayer events with this game in the future, so it'd definitely be interesting to have other people with the game who are willing to try it out. Although, of course, privacy with IP will be a bit of a concern, so I will have to get that resolved, as hosting is not something you can do elsewhere. And yes, Headless. Headless and I may actually do something in that regard, so we will let you know if we can work something out in terms of cooperative scenarios in the future. Let's see here. Should pull a Psycho and mine the crap out of its exit. Oh, yes, we should mine the portal, and I think there will be mine. Karana Bietha, use a VPN. Well, I would have to use a reverse VPN of some kind, of some sort. Essentially, I need to disguise the proxy IP that I'm using to connect to the JumpNet node, because I don't want other Wingmates finding out the particular details of that IP address. So, Hamachi might be interesting. Yes, let me write that down very quickly here. Although I'm not well versed in the use of Hamachi, and I am not going to be using Tor to do this. I think I'm not setting up a Tor service, but yeah, I need a reverse VPN in essence. All right, let's see here. Okay, let's continue onward to our briefing. Machi has a bit of lag, not sure. That might be an issue.
The GTD Aquitaine entered the subspace portal in Gamma Draconis and jumped to our current position. We have entered a nebula, a vast and dense ionized field, and possibly the remnant of a supernova. We have traveled farther than any Terrans in the history of subspace travel.
Mutant Carrot thinks that I am streaming from Putin's mega mansion. Rest assured, wingmates, I am not doing that. I simply wish to keep the connection to the JumpNet node a little bit secure, as if all of Terra began sending data up it, I am not sure that it would remain open for long, as I'm not even sure how it remains open. I've never been able to contact the administrators of the Terran JumpNet node, nor do I think they want me to contact them. So I'm trying to keep that somewhat on the down low, if you catch my drift. Alright, so the Aquitaine has passed through the subspace portal, and it was Delta Serpentis, Delta Serpentis Earth jump node that collapsed. I kept thinking about Draconis because we are currently here. Don't want Gamer Dripwire to hijack the connection again. Dripwire may be hijacking at a different jump node, further up in the chain.
Has severely limited the Aquitaine's long-range sensors. We are deploying our fighter wings to explore the immediate vicinity and determine the extent of the enemy presence. Each fighter squadron will deploy a flight of 4 wings.
Alright, we will be doing a scouting mission this time.
Alpha, Zeta, Iota, and Kappa will patrol a series of 4 waypoints. Zeta Wing will lead this sortie, so follow Zeta 1, and do not stray. Be advised the nebula could interfere with your onboard systems. The ionized field will compromise your sensors, even within combat range.
Alright, so this is going to be a blind mission in some sense. We're going to have some serious issues. So we may want to run Rock Eyes here. So we're going to be running the Herc with 4 other squads from the from our carrier. Let's see, I hope we're running the Subak. Ugh, get this Prometheus out of here. Disgusting. Absolutely vile. Let's see, so we're running Rock Eyes and we're running Tempest because we will probably not be able to lock on at all this mission. Do I want a Deadfire missile? Because I could run twin racks of all Rock Eyes. Unguided rockets are good. Let's see, what are my banks? Let me check the ship loadout. Banks are 8100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give us more Rock Eyes. Actually, we don't get much out of that. We don't get more Rock Eyes out of it. Interesting, interesting. Very interesting. Well, that'll have to do. So let's make sure everyone in our squad is armed with Subaks, because the Prometheus is garbage. And I think this loadout is acceptable. Let's see here. Well, let's commit to the engagement, wingmates. We are currently going to... Oh my goodness.
You are clear to take off. Kappa Wing, you have clearance. Zeta Wing, go.
Right. Here's Zeta 3. Let's follow Zeta 3.
Alpha Wing, go.
We can't see anything. This is pea soup, wingmates. Oh, you actually have to manage munitions. That level of detail I wasn't expecting. Yes, you can pick out your loadout in most scenarios. And I am picking a heat seeker missile and a dumbfire missile, which means it has no guidance and acts as a rocket.
Zeta. Follow Zeta 1's lead to the waypoints.
Alright, we're following Zeta.
Alpha, target my fighter and try to keep up. Boost your engine power and be ready to hit your burners because we're gonna get through this one fast and clean.
Good luck, pilots. Keep a tight formation and look out for each other.
Right, we've matched speed with Zeta. We may have to use afterburners to keep up. Let's see here. Launching. We're exploring the fecal gas nebula. Yes, indeed we are. Damn, cloudy as hell. Hello, Garu Garu. Welcome to the convoy.
Don't kid yourself. We're the ones being hunted, pilot.
Zeta, that's a bad attitude.
That portal and send the Aquitaine back to Deneb. We've got no business being out here.
If Command needs your opinion, they'll promote you to Admiral. Now shut up and focus.
Zeta 3, you got some lip on you. Don't talk to Alpha that way.
All flights report in.
Seattle Sky Nebula. Let's report in then.
Iota 1, sensors are picking up zilch, Command. We're flying blind out here.
Alpha 2 here. Nothing to report.
This is Zeta 1,
Cut the
all
chatter.
clear.
This is Alpha 1. I don't know why Alpha 2 reported for me, but we have nothing in sight.
What's your status? Over. Wing, this is Allied Command. Please respond.
That's not good. Radar might be using a different sort of frequent wavelength that punches through the cloud.
The ionized field is interfering with our transmission.
Alright, looks like we have to approach a new waypoint. Hopefully Command will throw up a waypoint shortly. But yes, radio and radar oftentimes will use different frequencies. Although radar can be done with something that is used for communication, of course. Let's see here. Come on. We're just following Zeta 1 for the time being. And this is very, very creepy. Switching to single Subak. Wait, what? What? I do not like the sound of that.
I can't get a lock.
I do not like battle music coming in. Manticores! Classic Shivan fighter. We have a lock on us.
Manticore's closing fast.
Pilots, destroy those fighters.
Knock him out, knock him out.
Watch for a flanking maneuver.
Shivans are clearly on this side of the nebula. Firing Rockeye. Come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Should have taken proper missiles because we can actually get a lock of this nebula. I was expecting something different. Should have run with Tempest. Alright, Rockeye away. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. We're taking them out. Oh, that one just swung by me. These Manticores are fast relative to the Hook, too. God. Time to fight, time to fight. Hello, Rippy. Welcome to the convoy. Good to see you here. Guns, guns, guns. All right. Where is Zeta 1?
All bandits are down, Command. Area secure.
Let's find Zeta 2 or Zeta 3.
Patrol pilots.
Oh. Matching velocity with Zeta 3.
There's gotta be a base or destroyer in this nebula somewhere.
Let's get a little closer to Zeta. Matching speed.
Could be 10 or 20 light years in
should have brought the high beam headlights. Yes, indeed, we should have. Right, let's get a little closer.
Do we have a status update?
There we go. Match speed. Budget is so low, pilots will start using their organic echolocation system. Well, we are not bats, indeed. We are not bats, so there definitely won't be any of that happening.
Hostile indicators on radar.
Hostiles, Manticores, more of them. Oh man, this nebula is not fun to fight in. Visuals are hard to get. Right, come on, come on. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Firing Rockeye. One Rockeye hit. Launch on our tail, evaded. Manticore on our tail. He swung past us. Going in for a gun pass. There we go, come on. These pilots are a lot better than they were in the previous conflict. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's keep the gun line in place. Firing Rockeye. Good thing we have a huge munitions loadout. Missile lost track. Nope, it hit. Damn, the Rockeye's reliable. Manticore down. Alright, let's find the next Manticore. Here we go, here we go. Hello, Tane. Welcome to the convoy. Good to see you here. Never said it wouldn't be effective. Alright, hopefully you're not in Nebula for too long. Indeed, I hope not. This is not the kind of fighting I want to do, and I want a different missile loadout. Alright, come on. We're going to get this one with guns. I'm not going to use another Rockeye. And thank you, Wingmate, for using that Rockeye. Eminis, welcome to the convoy. Alright, let's find Zeta. Where's Zeta 2?
Okay, let's get back on patrol. Alpha, follow my lead. Check your formation, Alpha 1.
Don't worry, Zeta. I will get information. Maybe it's you who's out of formation. Haven't you thought about that? There it is. Here's Zeta 1, and we're gonna match speed with Zeta 1 and continue our cruise. But welcome everyone to the convoy. We're going to feel like such a badass when a large target appears. I may figuratively soil myself, Gorian, as that would be quite a surprise if something like a Shivan Super Destroyer pops out of the mist. And yes, Eminis, I enjoy this game very much, and that is why I am showing it to all of my wingmates. What is that? What was that? Who shot it? Could you let me know what we were shooting? My goodness.
Hold on. I got a visual on something big. A cruiser or corvette.
Do you recognize the configuration? Is it a Rakshasa or a Kane?
It better not be a
Negative,
Lilith.
Command. It's a Terran cruiser, Fenris class.
What? A Fenris?
There's no Allied ship authorized in your vicinity. Hail them, pilot.
This is Zeta Wing of the 107th Ravens, GTD Aquitaine. Please identify yourself.
This is Captain Arthur Romig of the GTC Trinity. We have sustained heavy damage, and our jump drive is inoperative. We need immediate assistance.
Your designation is incorrect, Romig. Your ship defected to the NTF 10 days ago. You have been stripped of your rank and citizenship in the GTVA. Surrender the Trinity or be destroyed.
As captain of the NTC Trinity, I surrender on the condition you get us the hell out of here.
Oh.
What's your status?
We repelled the Shivan attack, but engines sustained critical damage. I powered down non-essential systems so the Shivans wouldn't detect us.
Ooh.
We've been drifting ever since.
What's your assessment of the damage?
Some components were destroyed in the attack, but my chief engineer thinks a field repair is possible.
We will send a damage control team with the necessary components. Transmit your diagnostics.
Transmitting now.
So
What
this
were you
is an
doing out
NTF
here,
cruiser.
As a prisoner of war, my rights are protected under the Beta Aquilate Convention. I will answer no questions, Command.
I thought rebels didn't recognize Baytac.
No, but we do, pilot. Damage control has been deployed. They should be arriving momentarily.
Alright, damage control is here. We're going to have to protect them. Can't even see anything in this pea suit.
Discovery here, initiating docking procedure. Watch our backs, little friends.
Oh, Discovery, you're very nice. Thank you.
Heads up, enemy wing closing in.
Alright, we have hostiles, manticores, more of them. Here they come. Cover them, cover them, cover them. Firing Rockeye. There we go.
Bandit on your tail.
You lost the Rockeye. Come on. Someone's on my tail. Yes, but this is a very claustrophobic map, and there is a lot of intrigue going on here. I'm not quite sure what's happening, considering the NTF should have had no access to this portal. It was just discovered, which is very strange that there is a cruiser completely unauthorized, and an enemy cruiser too, a rebellion cruiser. Alright, looks like one of my wingmates launched the Rockeye and it did not connect, so we're just gonna continue gunning. Let's see here. Come on, come on, come on. Firing Rockeye. Oh, there were 2 Rockeyes. There were 3 Rockeyes on his tail. Alright, where's the next Manticore? Manticore down. Going back to the Trinity and the Discovery. Resuming escort. I wish I could jump in and give you a wing assist. Ah, Eminus. Headless and I may be doing some multiplayer Freespace 2 at some point. So if you would like notifications on that, please follow my Twitter or Headless's Twitter. My Twitter is available in the Twitch links on this particular stream page. And you will likely see any announcements related to that particular engagement as we figure out how to do it. Cheeky bloody rebels, indeed. And I'm glad you like it, Shiloh, these particular scenarios. Emergencies jump when the Shivans showed up and pulled through the gate. I think it takes precise maneuvering into the gate to actually jump into the Sigma, into this nebula beyond Sigma Draconis.
Romig, we're taking you and your crew into custody. Follow the drill and no one gets hurt.
Alright, looks like they're being arrested right now as prisoners of war. Let's find the Discovery. I can't actually tell where the Discovery is lying. Oh, there it is. There's the Discovery docked, clamped onto the... Alright, more hostiles? Where? I don't see them on my radar.
From the Trinity pilots. That ship won't survive another attack. Give us a time estimate, Discovery.
We can jury rig a solution in 15 minutes, Command.
15 minutes? 15 minutes? Alright, we have basilisks inbound. These are not very good fighters. I consider them jobbers, but they are very good attack craft. They keep firing missiles upon missiles when they reach a cruiser target.
Can you bring the anti-fighter turrets online?
Old school co-op somehow, yes. And co-op can actually get very large in Freespace, which is one of the cool things. We just need to figure out a server solution before we can do that. But once we get a server figured out, I think it will be very feasible to have some sort of community night with Freespace 2. Heaven indeed, heaven indeed. 15 minutes, take it or leave it. Good luck. Yes, firing Rockeye. Nice, let's see if I can find my own data disks with new information. Well, M&S, if you do not find them, there is always, of course, the fairly low cost, as this game does go on sale on Good Old Games or Steam quite often. So if you're willing to part with a few bucks, you can get a copy that you'll be able to use. And if you buy it on GOG, it will be DRM free. And GOG, I think, has it for sometimes the cheapest. Yeah, GOG or Steam is good. Yes, it does, Spooky, it does. Oh, here come bombers. We need to knock out the bombers because this is an actual threat. Alright, let's see here. Dragons. Oh, no, these aren't bombers, my goodness. These are dragons, the worst fighter to encounter. And I'm running Rockeyes. I really wish I had my harpoons. These are so maneuverable. Come on. Yeah, they outmaneuver a herp too.
Hurry up with those repairs!
Yeah, hurry it up. 15 minutes is not what we can survive. Especially, what? Why did the Trinity go up?
We've lost the Trinity. All wings return to
Wait,
base.
how did the Trinity?
We're aborting this mission.
What did we miss?
Beta wing here! We're bugging out!
No! What? Why? Oh no. Alpha Wing, we are overwhelmed. Jumping, jump back to base. Jump back to base. Upstream worked well enough, I think. Yes, indeed has.
You confronted an overwhelming Sheevan force in a hostile environment. Under these circumstances,
It is a bargain indeed.
There was nothing you or anyone else could have done to save the Trinity and our boarding party. You were lucky to survive this sortie, pilot. We have heard nothing from Kappa Wing since they vanished from our sensors. Unfortunately, we must presume the worst. They will be listed MIA unless we find evidence to the contrary. Our search parties have found no trace of these fighters. The presence of the Trinity deepens the enigma of the NTF's secret agenda. What was the Trinity doing out here? And what does Bosch know about the subspace portal? All patrols have uncovered an extensive Sheevan force in the nebula. Command will deploy more warships through the subspace portal to assist with our mission of exploration and containment. Iota and Epsilon wings encountered 2 Sheevan cruisers near our current location. When our reinforcements arrive, we will move against them.
Looks like there is a definitive Sheevan presence within the Nebula wingmates. And yes, they definitely lured us away, but if my radar contacts were correct at the end, there were lots of Sheevans, so Zeta Wing bugged out for good reason. Well, a salute to the crew of the Discovery that was lost. Yes, and Command is actually being very reasonable with us this time around. It's very surprising that we are not being hounded for our inability to hang on to this particular, to the protection. Haha, Kappa. Oh, Shiloh. MIA unless evidence to the contrary, meaning AWOL or killed in action. Yes, Ray, very much so. Likely killed in action. This is Sheevans we're talking about. They don't take prisoners, as far as we know. Let's accept the results and continue onward with our engagement. Alright, here we go. A cutscene.
32 years ago on the Altair system, Visudan scientists discovered the remnants of an extinct civilization we now call the Ancients. And here we found the secret to defeating the Sheevans. How close did we come to being a footnote in the history of a future species that would happen upon our ruins 10,000 years from now? Would they indulge in the fiction of their own immortality until the Sheevans came for them? And how long had this gone on? Did the Ancients stumble upon the monoliths and the tombs of their predecessors in this distant corner of space, dismissing the warnings carved in the walls of the sepulchre? And when the destroyers came at last, what did the Ancients think as they sifted the cremation of dust and bones, staring into the mute remains for a key? Some solution to their plight. What if there had been countless races, stretching back into infinity, and like the 9 cities of Troy, Each civilization had been built on the rubble of one that came before. Each annihilated by the Shivans. The ancients died 8,000 years ago. As humanity emerged from its Neolithic infancy, they believed their voyage across the sea of stars woke the dragon that slept beneath the waves. That the Shivans were birthed from the flux of subspace, and their destruction was the revenge of an angry cosmos.
I absolutely love the narration with that Aiken Bosch is giving.
Council has authorized the deployment of 2 Deimos-class corvettes into the Nebular Theater of Operations. The Lysander and the Actium crossed the subspace portal in Gamma Draconis at 23:35 hours and joined up with the Aquitane's battle group.
Respectfully, says Temple OS. The only operating system of humanity's future, Temple OS. Who needs networking? Oh my goodness. Okay, Smod, welcome to the convoy. Yes, good eye, Shiloh. I didn't even notice that there was a beer button. That is a good catch. A very good catch. Rest in peace, Terry A. Davis. Alright, so our 2 friends, the Lysander and the Actium, both Deimos corvettes, are now going to be on station with the Aquitaine.
On their last sortie, Epsilon and Iota wings encountered 2 Shivan warships, a Rakshasa-class cruiser designated the Iblis, and a Lilith-class cruiser designated the Azurus. Admiral Petrock has instructed our corvettes to hunt down and destroy these vessels. The 107 will provide fighter cover.
Yes, respectfully, that is the way of communicating with Terry, I suppose. Love me, Temple OS. Simple as. Isn't that right, E-Ghost? Simple as. And yes, we are very intellectual here, respectfully. We engage in important things such as free open software, Temple OS, and ship girls. We are very classy individuals here on the convoy that we run. Right, so we will be taking down cruisers, including that new Rakshasa class. And we will be covering the Lysander and Actium as the pair comes in to destroy them.
Alpha Wing, your mission is to escort the Lysander and the Actium as they carry out this assault. Your first priority will be to eliminate all hostile fighters and bombers. Only then will you assist the corvettes with their strike against the Shivan warships. If we lose either corvette, you will abort the mission and withdraw from the field immediately.
So we have to keep the corvettes alive. Very simple mission. Destroy enemy cruisers and protect our cruisers. But of course, the finest of ship girls. Indeed, indeed. Oh, let me restart that. Let me quit that actually, because I didn't check my loadout, and that would be a mistake to not check the loadout. Let's take a look at our ship selection. So we actually can run either the Herc or the Ulysses this time around. So I'm very much enjoying the missile banks of the Hercules, but the Ulysses has more guns, and it almost behaves like the Herc 1. This is a tempting issue. We have an anti-subsystem gun that we don't really care about, and we will most likely be running more interception than anything. So, do we want to run the Herc or the Ulysses? I personally might be running the Ulysses, because the Herc 2 is it's a heavy fighter, but it's a bit disappointing, especially in its gun mounts. At the same time, I do think that the gun mountings on the Ulysses are not my favorite. But you know what, let's try the Ulysses actually. Let's run Alpha Wing with Ulysses and run Beta with the Herc. And we will be running twin Subocs. Okay, let's see, that is perfect. And we will be running... We're not going to be running Rock Eyes. Wait, it can't run the Harpoon? I see how they balanced it. You can't run the Harpoon. That is garbage. That is just evil. Why can I not run the Harpoon? Horrible. Alright, fine. Because the harpoon is so bloody good, I will run the Herc as a missile fighter. Is that what you want, game? Is that what you want me to do? To run nothing but pure harpoons, because I'm going to be a dogfighter. Balanced, as all things should be. I think you mean neutered. Yes, neutered indeed. Okay, I was having a good time with the Ulysses, but it not being able to run the primary dogfighting missile of the GTVA? My god, that is preposterous. That is preposterous, and I'm not running these Prometheuses. Throw them in the trash where they belong. I would rather use an Avenger cannon than use a Prometheus R. And that is final. I refuse to use the Prometheus R. Absolute garbage. Trite. An absolute dismal piece of equipment. Ugh. My goodness. Who needs good aim when you have harpoons? Exactly, Shiloh. We are going to be treating the... You know, I have a feeling that the developers of the game actually did want the Hercules 2 to be like the Phantom 2. As in, it's a missile fighter primarily. Dippy, you're back. Welcome back to the convoy. Good to see you. Yes, let's see here. 3 out of 10. Needs more options. Indeed. You missed the Shivans coming back, Dippy. You missed the Shivans coming back. And we are currently going to be attacking them. Alright, let's see. Canine incident when going to the store. Ow. I hope that you have not been bitten significantly or anything like that, Dippy. Alright. Our squads are loaded out, and I think we are ready to commit to the scenario. Yes, the Shivans are back to take our things.
Those cruisers are somewhere in this vicinity. We're now converging on their last known position.
Right, let's follow along with the Lysander.
On sensors, Actium?
Negative, Lysander.
I believe that Lysander and Actium have some significance to their naming.
The Shivans fought nothing but great war relics. We'll show them what firepower is all about.
Oh, the Deimos' engines are so beautiful.
A wing of enemy fighters closing in.
Enemy fighters, here we go. Oh, we've got a lock on us. Countermeasure, evade. Spin to win. Astaroths, inbound. Getting a lock. Harpoon away. Come on. I do love the increased missile capacities of post-Great War fighters. Here comes Amara. And here come the anti-fighter beams to help us. Capital ships are a lot better in this particular release. Incoming fighters. Bearing in this direction in the nebula. You can see them on the contacts. Fading, but they will be here soon. The Actium has taken minor damage. Alright, let's see here. I swear, there's something about... Lysander is definitely someone from a myth of some sort. Let's see here. I believe that Beta Wing is already moving to intercept whatever is coming at us. Let's see where the Lysander is. Let's take a look at our nearest friendly. Oh!
A Kane-class cruiser now coming into view.
There it is, hostiles. We've got dragons. Oh! Let us know before you fire the big green beams, Deimos Corvette. Firing. Fox 2. And guns.
Damn it, Actium. Watch that friendly fire.
Oh my god. Oh, these beams are insane, and I love the sound of the beams.
Avoid the beam and you won't get hit, pilot.
Command? What kind of sass is that? Avoid the beam and you won't get hit? Oh, the harpoon is so good. Best dogfighting missile I have ever used, bar none. Oh my god, there's so much flak coming up. Oh my god. Oh, no. Got a lock, firing. Nose on collision.
Those Shivans put up a good fight.
Oh, that cruiser is down. Actium is down to 84.
Help the Corvettes finish off the Azurus, but don't get too close.
We have destroyed the Azurus, Command. That's one more Shivan cruiser out of circulation.
Let's find the Deimos.
Let's find that Rakshasa.
Great advice,
Continue
Command.
on your
Avoid the
current
beacon and
heading.
we'll get hit.
If
Indeed,
you need to rearm pilot, now
sort
would
of
be a
full-scale
good
combat
time.
is what I'm looking forward to. I am glad. And it will only intensify. Lysander is a Spartan general. Ah, I see. Thank you, Attenborough.
No shields, no flag.
And yes,
guns,
when the
no
Colossus
beam
comes on field, you will enjoy it.
You hear about Kappa Wing? Vanished without a trace. 5 clicks from the Aquitaine.
Poor
The
Kappa
patrol
Wing.
on the NTC Trinity, right?
Yeah, that was Arthur Romig's ship. Hard to believe he turned traitor.
New readings coming up on sensors. Incoming fighters.
Hey, Command, you gonna tell us what the rebels are doing out here?
You'll be informed on a need-to-know basis, pilot. Now kill the chatter and focus on your mission.
Command is a lot more sassy in this iteration. I really enjoy it. Alright, where's the next Mara? Next Mara is down, I think. Those Maras were not a significant threat to us. Let's find the... Oh, incoming astronauts.
Approaching fast. Intercept those bombers.
Alright, let's knock out the bombers. And have they launched bombs yet? They have. Here come the Sheevan bombs. We need to knock them out. Next Sheevan bomb.
All guns, fire for attack.
Fire! 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 Getting a lock. Fire! Come on, come on, come on. Firing 2. Bomber down. Where's the next bomber? Another Asteroid or Seraphim. Come on, come on. Let's knock it out. It's down.
Confirmed kill.
Perfect.
Seraphim are history. Well done, pilots.
Actium and Lysander's integrities are adequate. Where the hell are they? I can't see them in this pea fog. There they are. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Man wants us to play like the shmup, but sadly we're in a version of a Herc that doesn't like an R-type. Yes, yes. Oh, capital beams are being fired. Is there a Sheevan cruiser? Where's the enemy cruiser? What are they even shooting at? Lysander, Actium, give us a warning before you let off the big greens. Are you being tested, Spacer? I am in a bit. Yes, the pea soup fog. What is happening here? Oh, that's a Kane class. No, that's a Rakshasa. It's a Rakshasa. Alright, here come more models. Locking on, firing. Gotta smack on it and it's down. There's no way they can survive that. Next hostile is the Rakshasa, the Iblis. Ah, that's a reference to... Oh, now with all the bloody anti... Oh, look at those green beams sweeping across the Iblis. If any of you have seen the original Battlestar Galactica, Iblis is one of the enemies there. Oh, what is jumping in? What is that? What is that?
Where? What is it? I can't get a visual.
What is that jumping in? Unknown, unknown. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at what this unknown is. Oh, what is that?
Closer look, Lysander.
What is this? Oh no, Lysander is down. What is this? What is shooting? I can't even, it's so big, I can't even, what is this?
Return to base. We need to regroup. Get out of there, pilot.
No, I need to scan, Command. I need to scan this. I need to scan whatever the hell this is. Come on, give me a scan, give me a scan. Can I get a scan of this? We need to know what it is. No, this is too much. We need to jump. What the hell is this? I can't tell. Alright, Alt J, we're getting out of here. All I see is red. That is what I see, indeed. Ooh. Okay, we need to get out of here.
The Sheevan warship we encountered has been designated the SD Ravana. Allied forces have been deployed to engage this vessel. Given the number of Sheevan fighters our wings have encountered, we knew an enemy destroyer had to be lurking somewhere within the nebula. Our impaired visibility and diminished sensor range made locating their base of operations difficult. Command hoped our offensive against the 2 Sheevan cruisers would lure the destroyer from its hiding place. Under these circumstances, there was nothing you could have done to save that corvette from destruction. Admiral Petrock has informed me that the 107th may be called in to reinforce the vessels attacking the Ravana. Suit up for your next sortie, pilot.
Alright, wingmates. Looks like we're gonna have to take revenge on the destruction of that corvette. It's very tragic, but at least Command is actually understanding now that there's nothing we could do against all of that firepower. We need a destroyer to face another destroyer. Ooh. This war is not starting off very well.
This is Lieutenant Samsa. The Allied attack against the SD Ravana has deteriorated. We have lost the GTD Delacroix, and the surviving warships in the battle group are damaged. Petrock is scrambling the 107th to assist. Command will also sortie the GVC Somptus and the GTC Yakiba. Once they cross the subspace portal, we will move them into position.
Oh my goodness, we have a raid by Maruni! Wingmates, prepare the autocannons, lasers, and particle weapons. Begin arranging the fleet in a burn pattern away from the impending raiders. Open fire, fire missiles, fire missiles. All close-in weapon systems protect against inbound projectiles. Maruni, how are you doing? How are you doing? I hope that you had an excellent stream. Oh my goodness, what were you doing today? I have not been paying attention to my IFF beacon list, so I was not aware that you were in the area. Thank you for coming by. It is wonderful to see you here. And to anyone who is joining Maruni's raid against our convoy, I would like to introduce myself. I am Spacer Haywire, an independent starship operator of the torch ship courier, the Wishful Thinking, and I use my vessel's incredible acceleration to deliver high-value, low-mass goods to different worlds in the Farsons Coalition, the Judicative Steel, and the Void March. And my rates are low, and my contractual terms are reasonable, as long as you're willing to work with a Courier Assistance Network member, of course. That is the way it goes. It was fun. Thank you for asking. We played some Ape Escape 3 and Kolonoa. I hope Freespace 2 is going well. I'm not familiar with the second game that you played, but Ape Escape is a very fascinating simulation. I like it quite a bit myself, although I haven't had very infrequent opportunities to do so. I am affordable indeed. I'm very affordable indeed. Klonoa. I have never heard of that one, but I'm glad I've been introduced. Thank you, Maruni, and thank you again for the raid. Oh my goodness. Spacer Prime next solar cycle. We don't know, Dippy. But yes, I tend to play games that are related to space simulations or real-time strategy in space. And I also, of course, am planning on some future lectures about such subjects. I leave for 5 seconds and get rated. And Kimmy Spice is here. Yes, Kimmy Spice has been around for a little bit of time. Alright, so for anyone joining us, we are currently playing Freespace 2, which is a simulator game where you essentially dogfight against various fighter craft and capital ships. Well, capital ships you tend to bomb or attack their subsystems. And right now, the alien invaders known as the Shivans are currently attacking us. Or, in fact, we are taking an offensive against them. We are about to destroy their capital vessel, the Ravana, or at least we'll be trying to. And we are going to be assisting the fleet that is currently facing against this massive threat.
For this mission, we'll fly the GTB Boanerdzes, the Alliance's new attack bomber. The Boanerdzes maximizes shielding and payload, while offering enough maneuverability to make it a viable tactical unit. The bomber won't handle as well as the Herc-2, so stay on the move. Bombers make easy targets.
No. I'm sorry, Wingmates. I really do not like flying the Boanerdzes. It is one of my least favorite craft ever. It is ugly, it is a terrible bomber, and it's a terrible fighter. It doesn't do anything like that. Alright, let's see what Command has to say for itself by issuing us the Boanerdzes.
With our Cyclops torpedoes, we'll have the firepower to take out the Ravana. If you're too far from the target, the flak guns will neutralize your bomb, so get as close as possible. Once you fire your salvo, hit your burners to get clear of the blast. The Cyclops has an extensive lock time and countdown.
So we will be running the Cyclops, which is an improved anti-capital torpedo derived from the Seker bomb that the GTI Rebellion actually developed. And I have extensive experience with the Seker making my day a nightmare, so it's great that we will be running its offspring in our own bomber. At least that is a... Yes, that's a good pun, Ray. That's an excellent pun. Thank you, Headless. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, let's check out our loadout. Wait a minute. They gave us the Boanerges? Wait, I apologize. I missed that stage. Here we go.
If we succeed, we will have secured the jump node between the Nebula and Gamma Draconis. If we fail, we pave the way for a Shivan invasion of our systems. Good luck, pilot. We know you can do it.
Oh, Ray, you are forgiven. In fact, you are praised for that wonderful pun. Very good work. Bomber or crappy kamikaze ship. The Boanerges is a kamikaze ship. I will not pilot it. Alright, so our objectives are destroy the Ravana. So, beat the GTB Boanerges. Heavy bomber, very poor maneuverability, very heavy armor, 1 gun bank with 2 guns in it, no turret, and clear design influence from the Vasudans. Of course, it has 40, 100, and 100 in its capacity, so it can mount quite a few missiles. It looks like an abstract dog bone. Yes, it does. It is aesthetically hideous. I would rather fly a brick than this thing. My goodness. So otherwise, we could run the Medusa, which is another heavy bomber, but it actually has a gun turret on it, which I much prefer. So the banks are lower on it because it's 40, 100, 100 versus 40, 80, 80. And of course, we could also run the Ursa, which is a very heavy bomber, but it has a Kaiser-equipped turret, and it actually has incredible armor and a very significant gun loadout too. So we might actually run the Ursa because the Ursa is a classic and it deserves its reputation as a classic. And I do not want to run the Boanerges. Let's check out our loadout here. We're gonna run pure Cyclopses, I think. Let's see, we can run quite a few Cyclopses. Now I'm throwing away these Prometheus guns because they are garbage. I refuse to run the Prometheus. Alright, let's see here. Okay, so Alpha 4 does not have enough Cyclops bombs to arm themselves, which is no big deal. Let's check out Alpha 4. Alpha 4 only has 1 Cyclops bomb, so we're gonna give Alpha 4 a bunch of dumbfire tempests here. There we go. That should be fine for him. And going back to Alpha 1, we have all Cyclops missiles loaded out. I love the Medusa. It looks amazing and has a little bit of everything. Yes, I mean, the Medusa is a fantastic bomber. Although, I like the Ursa's no-nonsense, heavy assault approach. It definitely packs a wallop, and it has a massive payload. A little bit more than the Boanerges. It actually has on par with the Boanerges. Wait, 100. You know, the Boanerges isn't that bad in that regard. Okay, wingmates. You know what? Let's run the Boanerges. Let's give it a fair shot. I'm judging a book by its cover and by experience, but let's run the Boanerges. Let's just pretend that everything's deja vu and that we can run this thing. There we go. Banks of 3. Let's see if this thing is worth anything at all. Let's see here. There we go. All Cyclopses. We'll see what happens. Wait, how do you spell that? Boanerges is spelled... We can't even arm Alpha 3 and 4 with enough Cyclopses because of the way this works. Let's see, Alpha 3 and 4... Alpha 3 is okay. Alpha 4 will have to run the Tempest. Wait, it can't run a Tempest? What a garbage fighter. We'll run it anyways. Hosting with Boaner... Oh my goodness. Ursa is just bomb me now, which might be perfect for this mission. Indeed it might. But the bomb loadout for the Boanerges and for the Ursa is similar. And the main thing is I'm losing firepower. But I'll try it. And if I am upset, I will run it differently. Alright, let's see. Our guns are okay. Let's see what we can do with this. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. So we got Mara's inbound. Oh! I love how tight the convergence is. But I absolutely despise. Oh no.
No visual on Allied ships. But
It's faster than the Ursa. I will give it that. I am taking an evasive action, Epsilon.
We must end this now.
I am trying to, but I am being blasted apart here. At least the shielding's holding.
Command. Warheads are armed and ready.
Okay, who is attacking me? I am tired. Oh, I do not. Oh, this is garbage. This is garbage.
You won't make it to your own service.
Come on, come on, come on. I like how the guns are close together, but I hate that they're so low. Look at that, look! I am shooting, but my crosshair is way— I can't even outrun a dragon! And a dragon is a jobber crab. Oh my goodness, this is awful! And where are my escorts? Why are my escorts not doing anything? I literally have to aim so far ahead of my crosshair that this is absolutely insane! Who laid out the guns on this thing? Come on, come on! Alright, that's it. I've done enough dogfighting. I need to get to the Mara. Alright, come on. Give me the Mara. Give me a subsystem. Let's get weapons targeted. Oh, this is garbage. Use the 4-6 circle as a reticle. Yes! Oh my goodness, this is garbage. This bomber is absolute junk. Alright, come on.
Hull integrity failing.
Dual fire mode on the Cyclopses. Oh no, and we've lost Alpha 4. Come on, countermeasures, countermeasures. Fire! Contact! Alright, let's get another lock. We have 13 seconds till the missiles are reloaded again. The Camu is taking damage. Alright, oh, we are getting flaked in here. Sheevan flak. At least we have shielding. Alright. Ah! Oh, get us out of here! Damn! We lost the missile run. Alright, flak, flak, flak. Pull away, pull away. Come on, come on. Balance it out, balance it out. Keep the... Alright, we're gonna drop gunpowder, and we're going to... We don't need gunpowder, we need shields and engines. Alright, come on, come on. Let's get a lock. Here we go. Approaching the launch point. Boosting and firing. Damn, we lost the lock again. Nope, we didn't. We got the blast. Ravana is down to 20. Oh, I can't see anything here. Unfortunately, you can't dumbfire the capital missiles. They have to lock. It's a balancing thing. Ever notice how much the Sheevan ships look like Reapers from Mass Effect? Well, since this game came first, I would say it's the opposite. Alright, here we go, here we go. Alright, coming in for another strike on the Ravana. It's down to 14. Balancing, balancing. We are the last bomber on the field. Oh, no, 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 no. Come on, come on, come on. Firing. Bombs.
The Ravana's hull integrity has fallen below critical.
Oh, no, 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 no.
The primary target is imminent.
Too many collisions, too much flak. Oh my goodness, Wingmates, I don't like the bow energies enough that I'm going to remount and run with the Ursa. I am not flying that garbage again. I refuse. That is a death sentence. Why did they bother producing that bomber? Why? Absolutely horrendous. No, 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 no. We're not doing that. Also, the gun convergence is dismal. Even the primary guns on the Ursa have a better convergence than that. My goodness. My goodness. There we go. And Alpha 1 only has 1. That's fine. Alright, here we go. This is slower, but I don't care.
I've acquired sensor lock on the Ravana. The destroyer is currently out of range.
Alright, Alpha 2, just stay with me. Hopefully this time you'll survive that you have tail guns.
But we can see their cannon signature.
Yes, that is a lot of cannon signature. Alright, let's close in.
Close in on the Ravana. We must end this now.
Indeed we must. Look at all that flak going up. Here we go, here we go.
That command. Warheads are armed and ready.
GTVA, your fighter reps. Yes, it's terrible. The Ursa is a classic for a reason.
Watch the friendly fire! You get hit, you won't make it to your own service!
That's very real. Alpha, I'm not shooting you, though. Right, let's keep going at the enemy destroyer. Here we go, here we go. Every game has its use as junk, indeed, and the Bonergies is garbage. The gun convergence on the Ursa is a lot better. Oh, look at those beams sweeping.
Failing. Get me out of here, Command.
Wait, who? Oh, I guess Alpha 4 is a sacrifice. Oh, Jesus! I didn't even realize the Mora was here. Where's a good subsystem to target? There we go. Let's get a lock. And boost in. Firing missiles and pulling out. There we go. Come on, come on. I am taking evasive action at Epsilon. Come on, come on. Oh. There we go. Let's get another lock on the weapon systems.
Watch your back, pilot.
I'll be okay. Don't worry about me. We're bouncing our shields and we're dropping gunpowder. Alright, bouncing our shields. We have a lock. Let's boost and fire our Cyclopses. Contact. We have a hit. Let's pull up and recharge shielding. Oh, gotta launch. Ah, that's a lot of missiles. Black's hitting us. Let's keep pulling away. Alright, Ravana is down to 54. We have one missile in that rack. Switching to the next bank. Getting a good lock. Ah! Damn! That is a lot of fire being directed our way. Come on, come on. Nope, nope, nope. We are losing shield integrity. Lock fire! Missiles away! Contact! My laser turret's been knocked out. We are really taking a beating right now. We need to pull away. Where's the nearest hostile fighter? It's probably the dragon on our tail. Oh, no, 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 no. Let's get the dragon. Oddly enough, the Ursa is a better dogfighter than the Bonergies, which is pretty sad. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Come on. Ah. Ooh, okay. We really need to get our shielding. Ah. Ah. Oh, that's not good. I'm glad this thing has a lot of armor. Ah, come on, come on, come on. Oh no, we are out of shields. We are out of shields. All power to shields. Literally all power to shields. We are in the flak. We are in flak. We need to get into the flak. Come on, come on. And we're about to blow, wingmates. That flak got to us. Yeah, we need more interceptors, by far. Yeah, the missile cam is wonderful. All right, let's retry that. Whew, I keep underestimating the flak. Let's just boost in while we stealth cover. TK, thank you for being for the convoy for as long as you could. Alright. Switch to duels. Ah, no, no, no. There we go. And our taser is a lot better this time around. Let's knock out some of these fighters, since no one else will do it for us. Come on, come on, come on. There we go.
Roger that, Command.
Come on, dragons. You think you can take me? Come on, come on. There we go.
You get hit, you won't make it to your own service.
There we go. Taking out a couple of these dragons will definitely help our life. All right, let's go for the destroyer again. Let's actually aim at a beam turret so that we can protect our destroyer that's attacking it right now. Not our destroyer, our cruiser. All right. Cyclops is getting locked. Our distance is closing in. We have a lock. All right. Here we go. Reducing gunpowder. Nice. We have several bomb connections.
Jump signature. Hostile configuration.
All right. Here we go. Where's our lock? I can't see anything. Where is it? Where is it? Give me a lock. There we go. Boost and fire. There it goes. And we've destroyed the beam turret. Nope, beam turret is still intact. Let's keep destroying the beam turret. It's a good target as any. Right, we're gonna have to dogfight a little bit, or else they will destroy all of our wingmates. Because our wingmates are so bad, we must protect them. Using a bomber as our blasted fighter. There you go. Come on, come on. Come on, Manticore. See if you like that. You're probably not gonna like that at all. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Blasted him apart. Where's the nearest dragon? Let's do a little dogfighting here. Protect our wingmate. Come on, come on. There we go. You need Alpha 1 to do duty for you escorts. There we go. Oh, nice. You took some hull damage, you dumb Sheevan. Go right to hell where you came from. Ah, Kranabia. I'm gonna play some Space Station 13. Have fun. Godspeed you made it. You have my follow, and I hope you have more streams like this soon. Indeed, I will. I will be playing many more space games, and also I will be continuing Freespace, because I very much enjoy this series. Alright, where's some more fighters for me? Alright, they're further away. So why don't we target the Ravana, and we're gonna target its beam turret. There we go. Let's get a good lock on that. Alright, boosting. Oh my goodness, the Ravana is enormous. Firing! Cyclops is away. Pulling away. There we go.
Ravana's hull integrity has fallen below critical. Destruction of primary target is imminent.
Ravana is going down soon. Here we go. Someone's attacking us. That's probably the flak. Where's our nearest hostile?
Get this bandit off me!
I will, I will. Coming in, coming in. There we go. Another bandit down. Where's the next bandit? 2,000 away. We can target the Ravana right now. Right. Switching missile bank.
IFF confirmed. Hostiles inbound.
Getting a lock. Ravana's down. We need to pull away. We need to pull away from the Ravana because it is about to go. Alright, come on. Keep balancing shields. And the Ravana is detonating. Bigger ship? That should mean it's easier to hit. Indeed, indeed. The Ravana must have been enormous if it was going up like that. Right, we need to destroy Leo. We can destroy Leo, that's for sure. I wonder if I can kill him with Cyclopses. That would be actually quite hilarious if I could kill him with a capital torpedo. Right, Leo, come out to play. Let's see how you like this, you son of a bitch. And if you see that little blue laser coming out, that is the Kaiser turret. On the, oh my gosh, am I gonna hit him with Cyclopses? Come on, come on, come on! Yeah! I hit him with a capital missile! Oh, Ursa, you're good to me. You're so good to me, Ursa. You're the best ever. Mwah, mwah. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, there we go. All right, sledgehammer on a mosquito, indeed. Yes, that was a Hadouken equivalent right there. All right, let's jump out of here. We have succeeded in destroying the Sheevan destroyer in the system.
The destruction of the Ravana is the most significant victory over the Sheevans since the end of the Great War. We have secured the subspace node linking the nebula with Gamma Draconis, and we have demonstrated our technological superiority over our Great War nemesis. We have proven without a doubt that we have the firepower to neutralize any Sheevan threat. A new class of intercept fighter will be stationed on board the Aquitaine. I have recommended that you be transferred to this unit. Interceptors are fast, high-performance fighters, requiring pilots with good reflexes. You've got the talent for it, and you'll represent the Ravens well. Command has ordered the Aquitaine to return to the Capella system. Admiral Petrock will brief the crew about our upcoming operation.
All right. We have done very well. Although I think that these wards Command has are very boisterous, that we have the firepower to neutralize any Sheevan threat. Yes, we're going to be doing some interceptors. So wingmates, I think I will do one more scenario, and this will be our first transfer to whatever new squad we have. Apologies for the hiccup. All right, we have no recommendations. Let's take a look at this. We test your good reflexes by putting you into a slow, lethargic death trap. Indeed, but somehow we dogfighted there. Or dogfought.
Welcome to the 242nd Suicide Kings,
The Suicide Kings.
I've heard from unofficial channels that the rebels have launched a surprise attack in the Epsilon Pegasi system. Details at this point are sketchy below Phi level clearance, and Command is in no hurry to fill us in. Petrarch says he'll brief the Aquitaine when we reach Capella.
Alright, so we are with the 242nd Suicide Kings with Commander Cordova. We only fly Boanerges. Yes, I think that is what they probably do.
The GTA formed the Suicide Kings in the Great War when the old Valkyrie fighter went into service after the Shivan attack on Ross 128. The 242nd was stationed on the Galatea back then, and our first mission was the capture of Lieutenant Alexander McCarthy. We all studied the McCarthy trials in school, pilot. We're a part of history here, though the Galatea is long gone, and the Valkyrie has since been retired.
If I recall, McCarthy attempted to transfer the Avenger weapon prototypes to the Vasudans for some kind of personal gain. I have no idea what he would get from the Vasudans, but he was essentially betraying us by giving one of our best weapons. And the sad irony is that very quickly after this individual was apprehended, we shared the Avenger technology with the Vasudans because of the ceasefire and the resulting Shivan War. But yes, the Valkyrie is a great fighter.
The Perseus is the next generation interceptor.
Ooh, the Perseus,
the
yes.
Fighter in the GTVA. Our primary combat role is charging bombers and chasing down warheads. We're also assigned to surgical strikes against bigger warships. We're not called the Suicide Kings for nothing, pilot. We earn that name on every mission. For that reason, I suggest you review the Perseus training modules as soon as possible. There you'll learn how to target bombs and turrets, and everything else you need to serve in an intercept squadron.
Alright, well, we won't be reviewing that because I know how to target bombs already, because I had to do a little bit of that, to say the least.
You are now authorized to use the GTM-43A Stiletto II missile, designed to incapacitate subsystems. The 43A improves on the original Stiletto design by modifying its guidance systems and disruptor charge. The Stiletto also boasts a more powerful propulsion system, increasing its speed and effective range.
Let's see here. So looking at the weapons table, the Stiletto 2... let's see here. Standard secondaries, turret missiles, Tempest-E, Rockeye Swarm submunitions. Let's see, where is the Stiletto 2? We have Tornado, Piranha. Okay, Stiletto 2 is still heat-seeking, and it still counts as a bomb. But I guess it might be a little bit faster. The deadliest shoe indeed. And the deadliest shoe indeed, Eminez. Alright, so we have some new toys to play with. And the Stiletto is meant for destroying turrets and other such components on ships. We're going to skip the training. Here we go, moving on. Hopefully we haven't missed anything important. Oh.
36 hours ago, the NTF launched a full-scale offensive in Epsilon Pegasi, taking the GTVA 6th Fleet by surprise. Commanding his forces from the NTD Repulse, Rear Admiral Koth leads the rebel advance. With 75% of our forces in this system decimated, the regional death toll since the incursion now exceeds 80,000. Unless we act quickly, decisive rebel victory is imminent.
Oh my. Yeah, I don't know how the rebels are able to keep attacking like this. So, if anyone remembers the Silent Threat, we actually assisted in that particular campaign in the capture of the Repulse 32 years ago. Or perhaps 31 years ago at this point. It was being used as part of the GTI Rebellion. And it's very fitting that the Repulse would once again be fighting on the side of Terran supremacists. Alright, let's continue onward here. But then again, the NTF is running the original Herc, and that is very appealing.
GTD Aquitaine will lead the Allied counterstrike against Karth and his warships. We will resupply in Capella before shipping out to the front. We have also learned our campaign in Sirius has failed. The two-pronged offensive launched from Alpha Centauri into Neb encountered fierce resistance. Unless we can devise a military solution for dealing with the rebels, GTVA will be forced to recognize the NTF's authority in Sirius, Regulus, and Polaris.
Oh, the situation is very grim then. It looks like the losses are high enough that there may be a ceasefire declared. Simply because the GTVA does not wish to lose any more lives.
Allied engineers, in the meantime, are developing and adapting technologies that will enable us to fight more effectively in the nebula. Dr. Hargrove and her research team continue to study the subspace portal. Their findings have been classified Level 5. Until the situation in Epsilon Pegasi has been normalized, the GTVA will suspend its operations in the nebula.
Sir Dreener, welcome to the convoy. It's good to see you here. We are in our last scenario for the night, I think. But let's make it a good one. So we are going to be fighting the NTF rebels, because we just fought the Shivans, who once again have shown themselves in the nebula beyond Gamma Draconis, which is a far-out system on the edge of Terran Vasudan space. Alright, why don't we continue onward here?
This is Lieutenant Commander Cordova, leader of the 242nd Suicide Kings. Welcome to Epsilon Pegasi, pilots. NF Station, the Alliance's base of operations in this system, is now under attack. Though we have destroyed the NTC Outrage, the Cato continues to bombard the installation with heavy beam fire.
Thank you for the well-wishing, Sir Dreener. Let's see if we can do it well. So, the station is already under attack by a corvette.
Evacuation of civilian personnel on board NF Station is now in progress. As you know, civilians are protected under the Beta Aquila Convention, but the NTF has rejected that treaty and its provisions. Fortunately, most of the civilian convoy has jumped safely to the Capella jump node. Your mission is to defend NF Station. As leader of Alpha Wing, you will command your squad mates to destroy the fighters and warships besieging our installation. If the rebels sortie their Zeus bombers, intercept the warheads before they impact the base.
Jin and Juchi, welcome to the convoy. I'm sorry that is the case, but I'm still glad to see you here, so please enjoy the remainder of our time together. So today we will be playing Bomber Intercept, and attacking bombs, which I will say is one of the harder things you can do.
Allied forces are engaging the rebels throughout the system. As resources become available, they will be deployed to assist you. Until we get these reinforcements, however, holding down the fort is all up to you. This sortie will be the first combat field test of the Perseus Intercept fighter. So let's put on a good show.
Oh no, is Command field testing with us again? We had to fly the Bonergies, we had to fly the Hercules too, and now we have to fly the Perseus? My goodness. Wow, disable the beam cannons and you're good. I think we'll have to take out the bombers first, but the Hawkwood would definitely be something where I would need to destroy the subsystems on that. Always testing, good luck. Guinea pigs once more, yes. Alright, protect NF Station, protect the transports. And we have no choice but to run the Perseus. Let's see what our loadout is. Throw the Prometheus in the garbage and run the right gun with that. Tempests? Really? Against bombers? Okay, so the convergence on this fighter should be okay. It's not as good as the original Valkyrie, but it should be okay. And we have a subsystem bomber, or subsystem destruction gun. I think I might run that. I might run that, actually. If we... No. We're gonna run twin STG, HL7s. Let's see here. Do I want to run Hornets? If I'm dogfighting, I don't want to run Hornets. Actually, let me check the total damage, because bombers are not very agile targets. And if I... not Hornets. I keep calling them Hornets. Let's see. Yes, they are Hornets. Let me see. Check how much they Hornets do per swarm. So Hornets do 100 damage per swarm, whereas the Harpoon does 50 damage per missile. So per... Okay, so the Hornet does a lot more, and the Rockeye only does 45. Harpoon does 50 armor, 40 shield, but Hornet does per swarm 150. And okay, so I might run Hornets actually. I might run 2 banks of Hornets because they're all-purpose heavy damage missiles. The Tempests are fine, but it's good with me. M&S, thank you for being with the convoy for as long as you could be. I hope you rest well. If R&D says it'll work, it'll work. You know, I don't trust R&D that much. I don't trust like that, Sir Dreener. I don't trust like that. Oh my goodness, they assigned the second group with nothing but these retrofit Prometheuses? No, we're not gonna do that. And I think their loadout is fine, actually, so we'll do that. Although, you know, I think I will run Harpoons too, because they're a great dogfight missile. I'll run it in my secondary bank, and I'll have the rest of my squad run that. So that should be fine with us. Let's check that our options are as acceptable. Yes. Alright, let's commit to this. Alright, where's the next bomber? Oh, just Pisces over here. Oh, that is a fast boost. I really like that. Let's drop gunpowder. Alright, twin Subaks, single Subak. Switching from dual fire, going to single fire. Switching to Harpoon. Now, trusting command is a good call to do your own loadout. Yes, indeed, Jin and Juche. Yes, indeed. Harpoon away. Oh man, this thing is fast. I may have incorrectly talked bad things about the Perseus, although I am fighting Hercs, which in the hands of AI are jobbers. Alright, give me a lock on Pisces 3, fire, missile away. I should be saving these for bombers and missiles. They don't follow Baytac transport. Oh, goodness. At least the shields are better than the original. Let's knock out this turret here. Beam turret.
In a station here, NTF bombers are closing in.
There we go. Oh, bombers. What do we got? Zeus's. Zeus's are not nearly as much of a threat. Alright, here we go. Switching to Harpoon. Running dual Subaks for the extreme damage per second. Perseus is the best fighter. It's a great fighter. I've forgotten. Yes, these gun locations are actually very good. They are at least in line with the crosshair. No, here we go. Here come the bombs. Here we go. We got 1 bomb. Good thing this has good velocity. 2 bomb and 3 bomb. Ah, blast wave. Next bomb. Right now we're just down to bombers. At least for the time being. Let's get a lock. Fire. Another bomb. Come on, give me the bomb. There we go. Come on. There we go. No, more Cyclopses.
This is the GTFR Commando. We have cleared NF station.
Where's the next bomber? Come on, wingmates. Knock him out. Come on. Let's get a lock. Fire. There we go. Knocked out a Zeus. Where's that next Zeus?
We have set course for the Capella jump node.
Who? What?
Jump drive now.
Get out of here, Matt Hein. Come on. Firing. Missile away. There we go. Zeus is down. Next Zeus. Lock fire. Blasted apart. Down to 9 Harpoons. We're gonna switch to Hornets soon, I'm guessing. Next hostile, Leviathan. Let's check out its turrets here. Laser turret. Any beam turrets remaining on it? Mostly missile turrets. Mostly missile turrets. Alright. We're gonna lay into it. Alright, let's blast this bitch apart. Sorry for the crass language, wingmates, but I'm feeling the destruction of this particular vessel. This is way better than the space battles from the Star Wars Battlefront 2 original. This is focused on space battles, so it's very understandable that these are a little bit more advanced. Octagon Sun, welcome to the convoy. It is good to see you here. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome. Convoy mates, hold your fire. I believe these are friendlies.
Well done.
Stow your weapons. Pull away, pull away.
Has been destroyed.
Beta's going up. Gosh, the boost on this thing is fantastic. And it's a beautiful fighter to boot. More bombers. Here come the Cyclops missiles. Protect Enip Station. Here come the Cyclopses. Boosting. Switching to single mode for more firepower. Come on, give me a log. Gun. Next bomb. That one's gonna impact. Oh, next Cyclops. Wait, is that one targeting a fighter? Damn. Where's these bombers? Come on. Oh, that blast shook me. Switching to Hornet. Give me a lock. Bomber down. Bow energy. No, what is that, a Deimos? Bomber's gone. Attacking Deimos. Going for the beam turrets. Here they come. Twin beam turrets on the front of the Deimos. Yes, it has a very large posterior indeed. Freespace is the only game where I did mine escort missions because all shooting at bombs and that kind of skill speed. Yes, Jin and Juche. That is very much the case. Octagon Sun, I am doing quite well. I apologize for my busyness, but I'm currently trying to engage this Deimos class Corvette, and I'm taking quite a bit of fire. Firing like a nervous, getting out of here. Pulling away. Enip Station's about to blow. The Hawkwood is here. Enip is going down. There was no way we could have saved Enip like this. Lock firing.
We have lost Enip Station.
Damn it, the Hawkwood is jumping. Hawkwood is...
All Allied ships return to base. This operation is a total failure.
How did we lose that? Oh, no. Alright. We've scrubbed that. Not dying is naturally taking your attention, I understand. I remember the Protect the Hope missions. Oh, no. Protecting the Hope is horrible.
When you were selected for the 242nd Suicide Kings, you were singled out as a promising candidate for a command position. The officers who recommended you had faith in your potential to make an outstanding leader. Unfortunately, this assessment seems premature, at the very least. I am disappointed in you, pilot. Though you probably fought well as an individual, you did not use your squad mates to the best advantage in this scenario. We lost Enip Station because you were placed in the situation you were ill-equipped to handle. That's not your fault. However, if you want to fly with a top-notch unit, you must learn the difference between doing an adequate job and going above and beyond the call of duty.
Wow. That is a tearing down right there. Destroy beam turrets and warship and intercept enemy bombers. Order your squad mates to attack or protect targets you cannot cover. Well, if the enemy ship didn't simply jump in and destroy everything, that would have been a little bit different. But yeah, that was something else. Alright, let's refly that mission. Let's go to the flight deck. Alright, my goodness, wingmates.
36 hours.
Okay, continue. We've seen that. Let's take a look at our loadout. I'm going to run anti-subsystem weapons because I want to be able to disable these ships a little bit better. Now, do I have this? Yes, I have the stiletto. No wonder it wasn't going right. I wasn't running the stiletto properly. And do I want to run Hornet? I think I'll run Hornet. We'll run the Hornet for our bomber killers. But at least we now have the stiletto. Although we should be running more of them. And we have an anti-subsystems gun, just in case. I guess we'll equip all of Alpha Squad that same way. Beta Squad can run an intercept mission. Alright, let's commit to this. Alright, let's drop power to the guns and more power to the shields and engines. Because we are going to be intercepting here. Alright, here we go. Pisces here, switching to Hornet. And we're not going to use the Hornet because the ammo is much more precious against enemy capital ships. Alright, we need to knock out the primary beam on that Leviathan. So let's switch to our stiletto and hopefully we can take it down. We'll let our wingmates handle the rest. Kato is coming into range. We have a lock on the beam turret, firing a stiletto, and it's gone. Alright, that primary beam weapon is down.
Alpha, we need some fighter cover on the Calypso.
Where's the next beam
rebels so
turret?
the civilians can escape.
Come on, come on. Give me the next beam turret.
NTF bombers are closing in.
All right, all the beam turrets are gone on that. More
Intercept the
bombers.
bombs before they hit the installation. We must not lose that base.
I know we can't lose that base, but it's going to be a little bit hard here, Command. Switching to Hornets. All right. Give me a lock. Let's knock out. Come on, let's knock out this bomber, and the others are boosting away. Oh, he's launched the Cyclops. All right, we need to knock out the Cyclops bombs. Next Cyclops. Oh, God. Come on, there we go. All right, let's get these bombers. Give me a lock. They're gonna recharge the launcher soon. Lock firing. Come on, give me a Hornet. Connect with the Hornets. There we go. Come on. Come on, firing. Ah! Damn.
GTFR Calypso. We have cleared NF station. Now engaging subspace drive.
Come on.
We have sustained moderate damage.
All right, we got the rest of the bombers.
Sealed off. Engineering reports the situation is under control.
All right, we are going to attack this while we can right here. We're just going to distract it while we can. Come on. As long as we keep shooting at it, we're doing some kind of damage to this cruiser. Ooh. Yeah, the Stiletto is a fantastic missile. Bombers! Here we go. More Zeuses. They're running a very classic GTI loadout. Alright, here we go. Boosting into combat. We may want to drop our gun power because we still have more than enough power for our remaining systems. Alright, there we go. We have a lock firing head on. Splitting up the bomber formation. There we go. Why don't you take that? Come on. Alright, next bomb. Give me that Cyclops. More bombs. Come on. Let's get that intercept. Next bomb. Alright, Cyclops down. Alright, come on. Guns. We are running low on gunpowder. I should have put more power to them. Come on. Cranking a little bit more gunpowder. Give me a lock. Come on. Firing. There we go. Let's see if the... Yes, missile's connected.
The NTC Cato has been destroyed.
Cato is down. The Hawkwood should be jumping in shortly. Firing Hornets. There we go. Other bomber down. The Deimos is coming in. Damn those beam guns. Switching to Stiletto. Alright, here we go. Come on. We need to boost into position immediately.
Command, this is NF Station. A new
Firing missile. Hopefully that blob turret won't get it.
cover.
Come on. Damn, blob turret got it. Firing. We don't have many of those left. Here we go. Come on. Firing. Got it. Perfect. Where's the next beam turret on this thing? Oh, nope. Those are not good. Those are bad beam turrets. Where's the one on the side? Oof. Come on. Give me the beam turret on the side. Firing. There we go. Anti-fighter beam turret down. Getting the next bombers. Oh, no. All right. The worst of it is gone. Here we go. Next bomb. Give me the next bomb. Come on. Give me the next bomb. Oh, no. That's going to connect. That's going to impact. That's going to impact. Damn it. Where's the bomber? What is that? What the hell is that? No, give me a lock on the Hornet. Firing! Shredded. What's going on here? What's going on? Alright, there is our hostile.
IFF status is friendly. Meet the Colossus.
What?
The largest spacefaring warship ever constructed.
Where is it?
This is the GTVA Colossus. Fighters stand clear of hostile warships.
Whoa!
Fire at will.
Look at that! Oh!
We have defeated the Hawkwood.
Wow!
Return to space pilots. Mission accomplished.
Look at this beast. I can't even reach it, it's so big.
Colossus, maintain your current position. You will defend Inif Station until relieved.
Please do. I want to look at this beauty up close. Oh. What a machine. The GTVA Colossus. It's so big it doesn't even have a class name. Oh, what a beautiful machine. Big objectives deserve big ships. Indeed, and the GTVA Colossus is, Oh, I'm very respectfully looking at this vessel. Let's give ourselves a little bit of distance so we can appreciate the sheer size of her. Let's pull away from the Colossus just a bit. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that spine. Look at the hull. Look how many beam emitters are on this thing. Oh. And we're just at the beginning of the ship. Let's take a tour. Hello, BB Mon 2. Welcome to the convoy. Looking respectfully at that thick. Yes. Look at this. Look at the armor. Look at all the power cabling. Look at all the beam turrets. My goodness, what a wonderful machine. All right. It's going to take us a little bit to even fly over this. Let's put all power to engines. There we go. Who needs shields when we're admiring such a beautiful craft? Look at these flak guns. Oh, man. There's even an entire trench in here. What a massive design. It's like a space station given engines, and also incredible armor. Oof. I'm getting a little lightheaded just looking at this perspective of this thing. They're like, we want you to look around for sure, so give them all the time they need to finish the level, yes. Oh yes, when they said the Colossus will remain on station till relieved, it was very obviously their intention to do this. Look at that posterior wingmates. Look at the sheer amount of engines required to move this. And those are probably taken right off of the standard Orion destroyer. Look at this. Absolutely monstrous. And there's a huge fighter bay too, I think. Let's see if we can find the fighter bay system. Weapons, sensors, engines center, engines front, engines main, fighter bay. So fighter bay should be somewhere around here in the front. So massive. Oh, whoops, we collided with it a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's find that fighter bay. In fact, I think there's two fighter bays. Let's see, engines, Navcom, weapons, engines, fighter bay, okay. We're going to find that fighter bay, even if it kills us. It's a little bit dark, that is the main issue. Let's see here, maybe it's on top if I recall. Maybe not. Oh goodness, I'm gonna pull away a little bit so I can actually see the fighter bay. Alright. Where would that be? Because I think you can enter the fighter bay. Aw, what is it? Too bad I don't have headlights. That is my biggest issue right now. I'm illuminating using weapons fire. Is it here? Where did the fighter bay go? Well, anyways, I apologize for that, wingmates. I really wanted to show you the fighter bay, but I don't have headlights, so I can't really tell where it is. Maybe it's actually... Maybe I have to fly in here, and then pull up, and then I'll see the fighter bay. Oh, is the fighter bay door is closed? It might be closed, actually. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we'll have to figure out where the fighter bay is another time. Alright, let's jump and return to base. Subspace drive engaged. There we go. And we are jumping out.
In your courageous defense of Enif Station, you were eyewitness to an historic moment. The first combat deployment of the GTVA Colossus. You and your wing also showed us what the Perseus Intercept fighter can do. Against overwhelming odds, you repelled an attack against a facility of the utmost strategic importance for the Alliance. The commander of Enif Station personally extends his gratitude, pilot.
Thank you.
I can see you'll make a fine addition to the Suicide Kings. The Alliance has won battle after battle throughout the system, crushing the NTC Rapier, the NTC Explorer, and the NTD Normandy. These victories have stalled the rebel advance, and now with the help of the Colossus, we will push them back into the Polaris system, securing Epsilon Pegasi once and for all. For demonstrating exceptional skill in combat, you are hereby awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross.
Yes, that is a good observation, Bird Moz and Octagon Sun. The tone is incredibly different. And the main thing that made that difference was destroying the beam turrets on the Corvette. So it's really amazing how quickly their tone changes when you're faced with essentially insurmountable odds versus, lasting just a little bit longer. Because we were doing pretty good bomb intercept for that previous mission. It's just we didn't shoot down the beam turrets quick enough. And they managed to knock out the Enif Station. Excuse me, wingmates. Alright. So now we have 2 medals. Perfect. I usually destroy the bombers ASAP. The first wave of bombs, if they are fired, usually gets destroyed by the big ships themselves. Yes, I think just Enif Station, in particular, had a very poor assortment of blob turrets and no flak guns. So, that was definitely a bit of an issue. Alright, so why don't we accept this? So there's probably going to be a good cinematic after this, but I think this was the last scenario for the evening, wingmates. So let's watch the cinematic.
The following is classified level Rho. Unauthorized access is punishable under the GTVA Security Act, Deneb Convention, Section 2135. We vanquished the Shivans in the Great War, but the hard questions remain. How would we confront the threat of future invasion? The Shivans might return at any time, any place, without warning. How would we fight the next threat to the very existence of our species? In 2345, on the 10th anniversary of the Shivan attack on Ross 128, the Vasudan Emperor Khonsu II addressed the newly formed GTVA General Assembly. The Emperor inaugurated an ambitious and unprecedented joint endeavor, the GTVA Colossus.
Together we built a civilization in the ruins of the Great War. And now we stand on the threshold of a new era of prosperity and harmony. Through Project Colossus, the Vasudan people celebrate a renewed covenant of peaceful coexistence and mutual defense of our Terran allies.
The Colossus is the most powerful spacefaring warship ever constructed. Spanning 6 kilometers from bow to stern, the Colossus has taken over 20 years to complete. 12 Lucifer-class destroyers can fit within its massive hull. Its state-of-the-art weaponry includes 45 laser turrets, 15 flak guns, 12 missile batteries, and 12 beam cannons. The Colossus wields more firepower than 5 Orion-class destroyers combined. 60 fighter and bomber wings are housed in its vast hangar, and its crew numbers over 30,000. Among its major contractors are industry giants Triton Dynamics, Subak Innis, and the Akaton Corporation. The Alliance now wages war on multiple fronts. In Deneb, Alpha Centauri, Epsilon Pegasi, and the mysterious nebula beyond Gamma Draconis. Once deployed, the Colossus will end these conflicts swiftly and decisively. If ever the Shivans return to threaten our worlds, we will be ready to face the challenge, securing peace for today and for generations to come.
All right. There we go. So that is the Colossus. Absolutely monstrous machine. Ah, the tech room. Let's see if the Colossus is actually in the tech room here. Let's see, GTVA, Sobek, Actu, got the Hatepsut class. So yeah, this was the Samtic. Let's see here. Is the GTVA Colossus in here? That would be good. Oh, there we go. The GTVA Colossus herself. With very poor lighting for whatever reason in this particular render. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure why. That is a little bit odd. Alright. I think that will have to be it for now. At least with Freespace. I despise that these things are gone from games nowadays. A place to look at every unit. Yes, I really enjoy that sort of thing. And the weapon, the tech room is just fantastic. Oop. It has all of the cutscenes, it has credits, it has the technical database. It is definitely a great touch. And each one of these has a special little icon that you could pull it from. And your Ririna, I apologize if I'm mangling that. Your Ririna, welcome to the convoy. Although we are wrapping up, thank you for joining us. We've been playing Freespace 2, our first venture with this particular simulation. But we will be continuing next week. Alright, so why don't we exit? And we can also exit Freespace 2. And here we go. Alright, why don't we go to the station, wingmates? I really, really enjoy Freespace 2. I think that the lessons learned in Freespace 1 and Silent Threat really carried over, and the way that the fans have restored the game and updated it has been nothing short of miraculous. And so, I'm very honored that people have taken the time and all of the energy to create such a fantastic update that is accessible to pretty much anyone with, $10 or a very generous friend. So, in light of that, let me link everyone Knossos once again, so that folks are aware about where you can get a what is essentially a mod / update installer for Freespace 2, which can be purchased on Good Old Games or Steam, or wherever else you may find software for purchase. But those are by far the two easiest sources, and it oftentimes goes on sale or can be part of a bundle. So if you're interested in this, or the multiplayer aspect of Freespace 2, or the community, please feel free to take a look. And let me link you to a fantastic wiki page, which may help you get started here. Let me see here. Freespace wiki. Oh, and since we will be engaging in a raid soon, please, wingmates, let me know if you have anyone that you would suggest for a raid this particular evening. Let's see here. I have not had an opportunity to look at my IF5 transponder list till now. And here is a link to the Hardlight Wiki, which is an excellent place to find all things Freespace. Let's see here. Leaflet is on. The Niwas are on. Paperback is on. Cthulhu-san is on. Chukazama is on. Let's see here. Is anyone else doing Freespace tonight? Let's see here. Freespace 2. Is anyone running that? No, the only live channel is us. That is most unfortunate. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Niwa, paper bag. Just check them. Erica is Erica is wrapping up. Okay, so if Erica is wrapping up, then, well, we could do a joint raid. I think that is also difficult when you end up having a raid when you're about to exit. Just in pieces. Alright. Well, I guess a few announcements before I forget, wingmates. This Friday, tomorrow, at 6 Pacific Daylight Time, or 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I believe that we will be doing... No, wait, let me double check that. I think I will be doing a Hatoful Boyfriend reading collaboration with Miwa Toriyama. And allow me to throw that Twitter link along. 1 second, please. Just so you are aware. It will be hosted on her channel, although I will be hosting it on mine. And we will essentially be doing a reading, and quite a few people will be involved with that, actually. Let's see here. Let me find Miwa. And let me see if I can find that post in particular, or if it has been announced. Because I think it is at 6 p.m. my time. Or my node time, that is. Well, here's her Twitter anyways, so that you can watch for updates. And there we go. Yes, we will be reading Hatful Boyfriend with her as the host. Blue Planet has an actual writer of books on it, and I recommend to play the Blue Planet campaign. Ah, Jin and Juche, thank you for letting me know. The Blue Planet campaign might actually be something to do after we finish Freespace 2, as we have been pushing through the missions quite readily. In fact, that might be something to do collaboratively, actually, since Blue Planet is a little bit different. But thank you, that is good to know. And to anyone who wants to potentially play Freespace 2 in multiplayer, please feel free to follow along on Twitter. Unfortunately, that is my only place where I have a ready access for updates, although I would like to have a personal website and perhaps a way of distributing emails with notifications of interesting things happening during the week to anyone who wishes, because I understand that not everyone appreciates Twitter and its delicacies. But for the time being, I will be announcing any sort of Freespace 2 multiplayer stuff on there. So it should be listed in the About Me on the Twitch page if you would like to follow along there. And of course, if you enjoy this particular type of content that I put out, along with Space RTSs, the occasional karaoke with my terrible Ruski Yazyk и прочее, you can hit the follow button, and I think the notifications will come to you. Of course, no pressure. I know that I am not everyone's cup of tea, because that is life. Alright, let's see here. So, thinking of raids. Okay, so if the Niwas are wrapping up right now. Oh, yep. The Niwatori channel is currently hosting. So that is not possible. So Paperback I've raided fairly recently and quite a few times. I am open to a new raid. Let's see, there's Chikzama and there is Leaflet, at least on my IFF. Let's see here. So Chikzama is playing Resident Evil Village. Although Leaflet has quite a few people, so I don't know if it would be appropriate to raid here. Yes, I could be looking for a new target. Let's see here. We put him in a maid outfit and make him sing Ariga. Oh, thank you, Tane. Thank you. Much appreciated. And Kimmy Spice, thank you too. And thank you, everyone. And Birdmouse, thank you. Ghosty is playing Terraria. Sardrina, could you please link me her channel? There's a lot of nicknames out and about, so it's difficult to keep track of everyone. Let's see, Kronko. I have not met this individual before. Let's take a look. I apologize for the delays in raiding again, wingmates, but you know it's sometimes difficult to figure these things out. Oh, is this? Okay, that is Jason. What is happening here? Interesting. What are you doing, Kronko? Making a mini game. Interesting. I'm sorry, wingmates. I'm very appealed to by Jason or YAML or even XML. It's a stream minigame for viewers. Interesting. Neo Pao is drawing Hololive fan art. Oh, we may have to do a dice roll, I think. Or at least a selection. Thank you for all these excellent recommendations, wingmates. Oh, this individual has an egg on her head. That is very interesting. Come on, please load, please load. Excellent, excellent. Now let's take a look at Ghosty. All these people for me to follow. Yes, that is the case. Let's see, Ghosty60. Let's take a look at what Ghosty's doing. Let's see here. She is doing Terraria. Yes, yes. Let's take a look here. Quite a few gifts. Okay, so we got Terraria. We have drawing of some Hololive fan art. I think that is Gura, if I am correct. And we have a bit of what scripting is that? Oh, that is C#. Interesting. Okay, so Wingmates, we have a minigame being made in C#. We have some art of Gura, and we have some Terraria. Although Alaric, it is a different kind of C#. It is a hobby, fun kind of C#, and not an assignment kind of C#. Thank you for the potential data later, Dippy. Mighty Germ, a lot of streamers at this interesting hour. Or thank you for joining the convoy, Mighty Germ. This is the first time I have seen your name, even if you have posted before. But I did want to welcome you. I apologize that we're ending now. Thank you. A lot of touch on Twitch is done using JSON, just FYI. Oh yes, JSON is the data language of most of the internet. It is a very handy format. Although I do have a penchant for XML to some extent. I enjoy the fact that it has both attributes and node names. And I find that a little odd that JSON, if you want a node name in documentation, you oftentimes will have to find it in an abstract way. Unless there is an underscore type or something like that embedded in the JSON data itself. But that does, of course, mean that it's more verbose. And YAML, of course, being non-delimited or being tab delimited, is a bit of a pain to parse at times. By the way, have you ever played Master of Orion? I have, I think I had very limited, very limited experience with Master of Orion. So I wouldn't consider myself to have played it for all intents and purposes. Okay, so I see we have a vote on Terraria. We have a minigame vote. Let's see here. Does anyone else have an opinion? I would love to hear it. Please feel free to chime in. I will not bite. In fact, I love it when people voice their views. Melchior, good to see you again. Minigame. Okay, so we have 2 for minigame so far. Although we do have a C# burns my eyes. Terraria sounds cool. Okay. So, not an art night, but we're going to decide between Ghosty60 and between Krone Co, who's doing the minigame. Let's see here. Give me metal and wires any day. Metal and wires? C# sounds interesting. Hello, Corpse. Welcome to the convoy. Software people. I understand your sentiment, but I think that one must also appreciate that a lot of advanced hardware is driven by software, either mechanically or in an analog manner. There is still some sort of programming in that sense. Okay, programming. All right. Good. I'm glad that you're getting some rest, Alaric. So it seems that there is a general trend towards the minigame. So why don't we try that, Wingmates? Why don't we try that? And I apologize to anyone who wanted to see something else, but, you know, that is how these things go sometimes. So it's like software people until I had to troubleshoot a PLC ladder on a Chinese lathe. I see. Oh, no, of course. There is always some reality in teasing, Spooky. So I think I understand your sentiment, because I love machinery myself. There is nothing that replicates the feeling of working on an engine and changing the oil or pulling off a cover and, you know, pulling off the generator and stuff like that. It is a very pleasant thing to me. Yes, it is easy to love and hate either of them. That is one of the issues. Alright, so Wingmates, of course, please feel free to join the raid. Please feel free to not. Hopefully another night, if you do not join us, your tastes will be more in line. But I will, of course, respect your tastes always, including that you may not like some things I do, and while you may like some other things I do. That is simply life, and I will accept it. So, without further ado, thank you everyone for helping me sort this out, and let me get the raid going here. /raid, and we are going to punch in Krone Co. There we go. Raid is initiated, Wingmates. The analog click of perfectly timed clockwork is nirvana. Indeed it is, but then there's the madness of electromechanical computing, Spooky. And that is a nightmare to debug. Electromechanical is nightmarish, I will say that. I as much as it's beautiful, it's easier to debug software at times. Thank you for coming around, everyone. Wingmates, I hope to see you sometime soon. Oh, important announcement before I forget. On Saturday, I will be doing a lecture on the wishful thinking. I will be showing off at the very least a basic image of it, and I will be giving you the specs and the history of the Hermes 3 courier class, and of course the particular history of the wishful thinking herself. So, as always, make sure that you keep your propellant tanks topped off, wingmates, that your jump calculations are accurate, and as always, fly safe. And I hope to see you in these next few coming days. But always make sure you get good rest. So let's engage in our raid and be very polite, as we always are. Thank you, everyone. Raiding in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engaging the raid.